Chapter 181. The Tribe of the Earth 1. Thank you for your kindness. In the end, the best thing I could say was this. I meticulously manipulated my facial muscles in detail, managing to smile broadly without letting any hint of being forced to show at all. By controlling my heartbeat to show a genuinely happy physiological response, Co Whale's suspicions did not grow any further. It's not that suspicion has disappeared, it just hasn't grown any further. It seems that he is the type to be suspicious of everything in the world whenever an issue arises. Haha, then diligently practice until we reach the Earth Tribe territory. With your talent, you should be able to grasp the form of consciousness within at most 4 days. He's saying he'll suspect me if I don't form the consciousness into a dragon shape within 4 days. Silently listening to Co Whale's well wishes a bit longer, I had no choice but to unfold the manual for summoning wind, true blood transformation. The manual, written in the language of the demon race, detailed the intricate training methods for summoning wind, true blood transformation. The summoning wind, true blood transformation that Yuan Li bragged about stealing from Co Whale is a demon beast method that a cultivator at the nascent soul stage of the human race can practice. However, after roughly reading through the essentials, I simply erased the knowledge from my mind. There's no reason for me to learn this crazy method with my own hands. The offhand remark Co Whale made about being able to form the shape of consciousness within 4 days meant that if I didn't, he might suspect me. Then there is only one solution. Let's master the summoning wind, dragon transformation. Instead of the nascent soul stage method, summoning wind, true blood transformation, I decided to master the summoning wind, dragon transformation, which I received when I was at a much lower cultivation. Later, after regaining my state at the nascent soul stage, I will completely remove the effects of the lower level summoning wind, dragon transformation. Of course, I wasn't going to master it myself. Wo Wang, I communicate with Yuan Yu, melted inside my body through blood body skin armor and perform summoning wind, dragon transformation through it. The consciousness overlapping with mine starts to take the shape of a dragon as it changes. Since it's a technique I had already mastered before, the difficulty level isn't that high. I operate the wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon in accordance with the consciousness of Yuan Yu, hiding my form of consciousness within the consciousness of Yuan Yu. Now, to the outside, my consciousness takes the complete shape of a dragon. As my consciousness form changes, not only Gu Ryan but also the representatives of the demons from the head realm who had ascended with us came to offer their well wishes. Haha, Dragon King Co no, from now on, it's Sir Co. Seeing you have made a good connection with Sir Co, it seems you are someone with many blessings. Your future path will be smooth as Sir Co is someone who takes good care of his own, ha ha ha. The mighty Tiger King and the Holy Pung King pat my shoulders and continue their well wishes. A few days later, finally, aboard Gu Ryan, we arrive at the the Earth Tribe's largest territory, the True Dragon Alliance. Whoosh, I admire the landscape of the True Dragon Alliance from above, embracing the wind in the sky. Countless mountain ranges stretch out in a line. The color of the mountains are pure white, each emitting dense spiritual energy and giving off a divine feeling. Below the mountains flow rivers of black and white. The rivers seem to weave through the entire land, spreading out like a net beneath the mountain ranges. The white and black rivers are mostly separate, but occasionally they merge, creating areas where multicolored mists rise around them, looking quite mystical. The territory of the True Dragon Alliance is mostly as described, boasting a size and vastness that is immense compared to the combined territories of the human race's Sky Islands. Looking at that endless horizon, I am overwhelmed by its size and vastness, taking a sharp breath. While observing the countless mountain ranges and the black and white rivers from atop Gu Ryan, I suddenly realize something. The shape of those mountains, the flow of those rivers. It's almost like bones and blood vessels. Is this a natural landscape? Oh, for a human, you have a good eye. As I look down and speak, Gu Ryan smiles and explains. It's not purely natural terrain. That is the corpse of the great dragon ancestor who had reached the entering nirvana stage from our dragon race long ago. Our True Dragon Alliance was established on top of their corpse. Just as you said, those mountains are their bones, and the rivers are their veins and blood. Quote exclamation mark question mark quote. I gape at the vast land below. If what she said is true, the size of the dragon ancestor at the entering nirvana stage would be even larger than the combined territories of the human race. A single sky island of the human race is slightly smaller than the continent of the head realm. Thinking of the territory of the human race crowded with numerous sky islands and being larger than that area means Each part of his body is the size of a continent. That's rather cosmic in scale, isn't it? I naturally opened my mouth as I imagined the gigantic body of the dragon. Hearing Yu Ryan's explanation, the other representatives of the demon race also look surprised, gaping down at the land. Then, Sia Weol, also curious, asks Yu Ryan a question. I heard that reaching the entering nirvana stage essentially means there's no limit to one's lifespan, yet even such a being had passed away. Originally, the ancestor was supposed to ascend as an immortal beast. However, before the true devil realm was separated from the blood yin realm, during a war with the true devil realm, and after protecting the bright cold realm from it, they passed away. It's because of their sacrifice that all beings in the bright cold realm can enjoy such prestige. So the ancestor was killed by a member of the devil race at the entering nirvana stage from the true devil realm. Wouldn't that be the case? The records aren't detailed about how the ancestor died, so it's hard to say. Sia Weol silently looks down at the vast land after hearing Yu Ryan's response. After a while, we finally arrive at the heart of the True Dragon Alliance territory, the place known as the headquarters of the True Dragon Alliance. That place is. The headquarters of the True Dragon Alliance boast a size comparable to that of the human race Grand Alliance's main sky island, the Heavenly Human Island. Actually, it seems even larger than the Heavenly Human Island in terms of size. Kugugugu. It's a mountain that stands on vast land, more massive than any other mountain range I have seen before. Strangely, the mountain is a perfect square, clearly divided on all sides, unlike any other mountain ranges that were said to be the bones of the dragon ancestor I had seen before. It feels bizarre. Looking at the shape of that mountain, I feel a distinct difference from the mountain ranges described as the bones of the dragon ancestor. It's as if a mountain from somewhere else had been plucked and dropped here, creating an eerie feeling. What is this? As I wonder, Yu Ryan introduces the headquarters of the True Dragon Alliance. Well then, welcome to the True Dragon Alliance headquarters, the Serving Command Arc. Serving Command Arc. When one of the demon beast representatives asks, Yu Ryan, while looking at the square mountain, replies. Our True Dragon Alliance headquarters is located inside something called the Serving Command Arc. Ha ha ha, don't be too surprised, everyone. Inside this arc, there's an unimaginably vast space compressed again, so the space inside is as broad as the entire True Dragon Alliance territory combined. Oh, it's said to have been one of the immortal treasures from the ancient True Immortal realm, but now it's almost devoid of its original functions and has become a wreck, with us using only its shell. I marvel at the mind-boggling size described by Yu Ryan, focusing on the name, the Serving Command Arc. What's the relationship with the Serving Command Palace? Just as I am thinking that. Sia Weol asks Yu Ryan another question with a smile. By the way, Senior. The area where our True Dragon Alliance headquarters is located, may I ask which part of the ancestor it corresponds to? Ah, the place where Serving Command Arc is situated corresponds to the neck bone of the ancestor. Just a bit further back is the sacred land of the True Dragon Alliance, where the head of the ancestor is located. The neck. Sia Weol seems to muse over Yu Ryan's words for a moment before sitting back down with a smile. After a while, we enter the True Dragon Alliance headquarters, the Serving Command Arc. Kugugugu. The square mountain. No, one of the upper parts of the Serving Command Arc, as Yu Ryan calls it, opens to welcome us. Now, since the True Dragon Alliance is the center of the Earth Tribe territory, many envoys from various Earth tribes have come. Everyone should find the envoys of their respective races and head to their corresponding territory. CHK. Upon entering the Serving Command Arc, Yu Ryan lands inside and transforms. Her form changes, and soon she appears as a woman wearing a casual brown robe. Her hair is long, reaching down to her waist but seems unkempt overall, and small golden antlers protrude from her forehead. Her cheeks and arms are adorned with deliberately exposed yellow-brown scales. First, you, the sea dragon race, and, there, the human, follow me. You need to register your names in the Dragon Registry of the True Dragon Alliance, so I'll guide you. Yes, thank you. Yu Ryan, like ghosts leading the human race in my past life, explain about the True Dragon Alliance to me, Sia Weol, and the elders of the Sea Dragon race. Our Earth tribe is, as you might know, a collection of numerous demon beast races. Though we talk about demon beasts and Earth tribes, in truth, aside from the dragon race and a few other species, they are all different races. To lead these countless other races, the dragon race born with immortal beast lineage, and a few other superior large races have come together to govern the entire Earth tribe. These large races have formed a single alliance to govern everything, which is our True Dragon Alliance. She continues with pride, and as you might have guessed from the name of the True Dragon Alliance, the strongest voice within the alliance belongs to our dragon race, which possesses particularly powerful strength among the large races. Therefore, the name of the alliance was chosen as the True Dragon Alliance, and the headquarters of the alliance was also built in the central area of our dragon race's territory. In short, our dragon race is no different from the highest ruling class of the Earth tribe. Act with pride. We will keep that in mind. Yu Ryan, seemingly pleased with Seo Wayol's attitude, cheerfully pats his shoulder and continues forward. The inside of Serving Command Arc is vast enough to be considered another world in its own right. As that, the sky. I am astonished at the clouds floating inside Serving Command Arc and the mountain ranges within. This is incomparable even to space artifacts like the Serving Command Palace. Rather, it seems right to call it a world of its own. Following Yu Ryan, we swiftly cross numerous mountain ranges and landscapes, feeling her 4-axis stage power compressing space. Despite merely walking, space is being compressed. Shrinking Earth technique. A formidable technique that only those at the late stages of the 4-axis stage or beyond can utilize. I observe the flow of the Shrinking Earth technique, trying to grasp the enlightenment of the 4-axis stage. After a while, inside the Serving Command Arc, while it isn't as vast as the corpse of the dragon ancestor that is as large as the entire human race territory we had seen earlier, we arrive at a place filled with bones of dragons, resembling mountain ranges, on the level of the Black Dragon King, Hyonium. It appears as if white mountains are scattered everywhere. Come here. This is the tomb of the Dragon Kings and the homeland of our dragon race, the Dragon King Mausoleum. Here, you can receive your identity plaques. We arrive at the center of the Dragon King Mausoleum. There, the skulls of Dragon Kings are gathered in abundance. Even the skulls alone are as massive as mountains. Yu Ryan points at the skulls, saying, "Now, engrave your names on the skulls of past Dragon Kings." Carving your names into the minds of our ancestors in this way is a ceremony to announce to them that you have become part of the dragon race of the Bright Cold Realm. All members of the Sea Dragon race came out from Seo Wayol's storage artifact and engraved their names on the skulls of Dragon Kings. As they did so, a radiant light flowed from the skulls of the Dragon Kings, entering the bodies of those who had engraved their names, leaving peculiar patterns on the bodies of the dragon race members. From now on, that pattern will serve as your identity plaque. Depending on each individual's qualities and characteristics, you would have received different patterns in different locations. I can't show you, but I have a pattern on my hip. When you infuse chi into the pattern, Wo Wang, a faint dragon-shaped aura seems to flow from Yu Ryan's body, sweeping over her once. This illusion proving you're of the dragon race appears. From now on, you can prove your identity this way. Remember everyone and for the human, you. She says, looking at Seo Wayol. It's not possible to include a member of the human race in the dragon registry of the dragon race. It's only possible for a member of the human race to be included in the dragon registry if they have been infused with the immortal beast True Blood, and their own blood has been covered by the True Blood by more than 70%. If you wish to accept a member of the human race as part of the dragon race under other circumstances, you must create an identity plaque for them using a part of the recommender's body. That won't be difficult. Wang, Seo Wayol reveals his arm, and blue scales sprout all over it. He plucks one of the scales. The scale he pulls from his arm floats in the air and enlarges to the size of a palm. Pats. With a flick of Seo Wayol's hand, the scale is processed in midair, and an identity plaque with my name inscribed on it is created. Here, take this. This identity plaque made from my scale will preserve your status in the Earth Tribe territory. Thank you for your kindness. I thank Seo Wayol, feeling something odd. All the other sea dragons are registering their names in something called the Dragon Registry, and I've received an identity plaque, but why don't I see Oh Hi Seo? I ponder Seo Wayol's intentions. Why isn't he creating an identity plaque for Oh Hi Seo now? Though I wonder, there is no way to know right now. Thus, we all acquired the means to prove our identities. Afterward, we leave the Serving Command Arc, and under the guidance of Yu Ryan, we are introduced to the living space for the Sea Dragon race. It's a large lake near the front paws of the dragon ancestor. Of course, it's called a lake, but in reality, its size is no different from the seas of the head realm. The lake is connected to the rivers known as the blood veins of the dragon ancestor, with black and white waters mixing, creating a five-colored mist. Due to the mixing of black and white waters, the lake itself is not black and white but transparent. The surrounding area is covered in an enormous density of heaven and earth spiritual energy. The five elements spiritual energy is densely spread around the area. Training here, I will be able to quickly regain my past life's cultivation. There are quite a few water attribute demon beasts living under this cloud-hard lake. But you, the sea dragon race, should be able to subdue and take over, right? There will be no issues. Good, then I hope you live well under the lake from now on. I'll be going now. If you have any questions, you can come and find me. Thank you very much for everything so far. We will surely seek your teachings in the bright cold realm in the future. When Xiao Wei'ol smiles and bows to Gu Ryan, her cheeks flush with color. Hem, I'll be going now. She coughs a few times as if to clear her throat, hastily bids farewell to Xiao Wei'ol, and transforms back into her dragon form to fly away into the distance. As soon as Gu Ryan is out of sight, Xiao Wei'ol turns to the elders of the sea dragon race and asks. How long do you think it will take to take over this cloud-hard lake? How long does the council think it will take? Responding to Xiao Wei'ol's question, one of the older-looking elders of the sea dragon race bows and replies. With our power, we can establish a larger sea dragon palace under Cloud-Hard Lake within 3 days and demand tribute from the surrounding races. If Lord Xiao Wei'ol assists, it will not even take 3 days but 2. I see. However, we need to discuss the protocol and titles among the sea dragon race again. I cannot casually use the title of Dragon King in the Bright Cold Realm. King, no, if it's Sir Xiao Wei'ol, you will surely reach the integration stage and officially reclaim the title of King. Thank you for the encouragement. Then, I'll wait for 3 days, so please take care of everything. I have some matters to attend to at the True Dragon Alliance headquarters. Leave it to us. After finishing their conversation, the elders of the sea dragon race transform into dragons and dive into Cloud-Hard Lake. Shortly after, Kugugugu, the waters of Cloud-Hard Lake boil tumultuously. A significant battle seems to be taking place beneath the lake. Now then, you should follow me now. Yes. I said I would recommend you for participation in the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion if you followed me. I'll keep my promise. May I know what this Immortal Beast Blood Fusion is? Haha, you followed me without even knowing what the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion is. Damn, I clench my teeth internally. Suspicion blooms once again in Xiao Wei'ol's mind. Although there isn't much suspicion, if it continues to accumulate like this, I will inevitably be betrayed by him. More than the blood fusion, I trusted and followed Sir Xiao Wei'ol's reputation. Haha, ahaha, is that so? This is quite embarrassing. We both laugh openly, while behind our smiles, we are sharpening knives against each other. I'll explain on the way. Follow me. I climb onto Xiao Wei'ol's back as he transforms into his true form and heads towards serving command arc, listening to his explanation. The Immortal Beast Blood Fusion is a competition held once every 100 years, gathering young demon beast prodigies to compete for the true blood of immortal beasts. Winners of the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion receive a drop of their desired true blood, which they incorporate into their own blood, acquiring superior demon beast qualities. Originally, non-Earth tribes, like the Heaven tribe, are not allowed to participate in the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion, but with the recommendation of a 4-axis stage demon beast, participation is possible. The true blood of immortal beasts. As I think about the existence of immortal beasts. Before long, Xiao Wei'ol arrives inside serving command arc again. Within the arc, Xiao Wei'ol lands in front of a massive stone building, transforms back into human form, and goes inside to handle some business, leaving me behind. The building looks to handle various administrative tasks for the demon races, and as soon as Xiao Wei'ol disappears from sight, I turn around. First, let's forget about ridiculous things like summoning wind, dragon transformation or summoning wind, true blood transformation. Below the mountain where the stone building is erected, there is a large market that seems to be a marketplace for demon beasts, where numerous demon races are trading goods. For now, I'll find some proper demon beast methods. To that, using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts, I enter the demon market without anyone noticing. Chapter 182. The Tribe of the Earth 2. Wo Wang. A hot breeze sweeps through the surroundings. True Dragon Alliance is serving Command Arc's Demon Race Market. There, numerous members of the demon race are gathered, exchanging goods, and many of them wander around in their true forms, emitting intense heat, filling the area near the market with a sweltering warmth. Finding demon beasts transformed into human form is difficult. After all, it isn't the land of the heaven tribe or the human race, so there's no need to maintain a transformed shape. Only occasionally did the demon races of immense size transform due to their large size. Come, this elixir has been personally delivered from the heaven tribe. How many blood refining methods have been developed to fuse a mortal beast true blood into the body? Our blood refining method is of a different caliber compared to those developed so far. We'll auction off the space Dharma treasure obtained from subduing the bright crow race last time. The voices of the demons are loud, each straining not to be drowned out by the others. However, since the demon race communicates by vibrating spiritual energy to speak, if a member of the human race, who does not possess the Earth tribe's vision or to listen, the market would seem quite quiet as the spiritual energy only slightly fluctuates. The market of the demon race isn't much different from that of humans. In some ways, it even seems much more orderly than that of humans. I briefly tour the market, observing the reactions of the surrounding demons while looking for a place selling method manuals. After a while, I enter a street where demon beast methods are sold. So many. There's a separate street for selling demon beast methods, indicating an overwhelming abundance of them. Unlike human cultivation methods recorded in books or jade slips, most of the demon beast methods are recorded on bones, skins, or teeth. Is it because of the characteristics of the demon language, or is the recording method itself different? Demon script fundamentally records the flow of yin and yang within the spiritual energy of heaven and earth to communicate meanings. Thus, their linguistic system is entirely different from that of the human race. Therefore, the method of recording also involves engraving the flow of yin and yang onto bones or stones imbued with spiritual essence, so that when spiritual energy is infused into the bone later, the engraved flow vibrates the spiritual energy, conveying the content. Perhaps that's why the majority of demon races went around with methods engraved on their bodies or bones. Among these demon races, a significant number came to the street selling demon beast methods, tearing off parts of their bodies that contain the methods to sell and leave. Crackling. Kuahaha. This horn of mine contains the horned ox black origin transformation of our horned ox race. How much will you offer? I've never even heard of the horned ox race. What, are you insulting my race now? No, that's not it. Ah, don't get angry, will this amount satisfy you? Watching a large, bipedal black ox, identifying as a member of the horned ox race, snorting as it hands its horn to a demon race merchant for spirit stones in exchange, makes me quite shocked by the culture. After securing the spirit stones, the bipedal black ox snorts and leaves for another place. With a few steps, a new horn begins to grow where the old one had been, indicating that for demons at the core formation stage or higher, such regeneration is entirely possible. The flounder demon merchant giggles as he takes the ox's horn, clearly pleased. Recently, among the mercenary races, the horned ox race has been gaining tremendous popularity. A method from such a race will surely sell for a high price. I manipulate you covering my body with blood body skin armor to sprout scales on my cheek and grow red deer antlers on my forehead. I then deactivate the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts in front of him. Look here, I've just ascended to the bright cold realm and it's my first time at the Earth Tribe market, so I have a question to ask. Wo Wang. As I let the energy of my inner core flow out with dragon-shaped consciousness, the flounder merchant is startled and stands up. My goodness, what brings a noble dragon to such a place? As I said, I've only recently ascended to the bright cold realm. I have some questions. Yes, ask away. First off, is it common for demons to come here selling demon beast methods like just now? Of course. Well, in truth, those demon beast methods sold by such demons are actually one of the main specialties of our Earth tribe. The flounder merchant continues his explanation. As you may know, our Earth tribe is essentially grouped together due to our vision, but we are all different races. It's well known that the majority of the Earth tribe originally roamed the fields and mountains as beasts. Hence, the classification is practically impossible to count. But, precisely because of that, there's an enormous variety of Earth tribe methods. What do you mean? What do I mean? The flounder merchant looks at me as if he didn't understand my question, his eyes almost questioning why I couldn't understand such a simple matter. The environment in the lower realm where I lived is too different from the bright cold realm. I make up a suitable excuse about the lower realm, and the flounder merchant nods. Ah, right, you mentioned you've just ascended. Well, there are countless lower realms, so that makes sense. To explain the situation of the Earth tribe in the bright cold realm to a distinguished dragon like yourself, our Earth tribe methods are practically not standardized, except for the dragon race or the phoenix race you belong to, right? Quote. Right, I don't know much but agree, fearing that any further ignorance on my part might lead to more suspicion. Well, I can guess as much. Earth tribe are essentially the demon race. Unlike the heaven tribe, which passes down and progressively develops methods for future generations, most demon races were once wild beasts roaming the fields, unable to inherit methods from their ancestors. Therefore, demon races accumulating power essentially had to create their methods individually as they grew, so it made sense that there are no standardized methods. Yes, as you know, we demon races must create our own suitable methods relying on our instincts from the day we awaken our spiritual nature and gain intelligence. Because of this, the methods created by each race and individual vary greatly. Such demon beast methods are created by countless demon races relying on their instincts and their bodies. That's why there are so many demons who carve the flow of spiritual energy into their bodies and sell parts of those engraved bodies like this. I see. There seems to be a reason why demons engrave methods into their bodies. And such a diverse market of demon beast methods provides an opportunity for many other demons who have awakened intelligence to look for methods that suit them. If there are sellers, there are also buyers. For example, if someone creates a method according to instinct but it turns out to be poor, they can come to the method market to buy one that suits them better. And, of course, many from the heaven tribe also desire our demon beast methods. The flounder merchant chuckles and scratches his head. Those from the heaven tribe who wish to study our demon beast methods always come here to buy these method manuals in bulk at regular intervals. That's why this demon beast method market is so vibrant. I'm not sure what the lower realm you came from is like, but it seems they didn't have such a system. Indeed, it's a unique system of the bright cold realm. After asking the flounder merchant a few more questions about the Earth tribe, I hand over some spirit stones I brought from the lower realm. The Earth tribe market is ultimately related to the characteristics of the Earth tribe itself. As you learn a method, the flow of spiritual energy leaves traces throughout the body according to the characteristics of the method. A market for demon beast methods where parts of the body with these traces of flow are sold. That is the unique characteristic of the Earth tribe. After looking around the flounder merchant's shop, I visited other shops. While wandering through the shops, I realized that there were some manuals commonly sold in several places. Look here, I've seen this manual quite often in other shops too. What kind of manual is this? I've only recently ascended, so could you explain it to me? Fortunately, when I ask merchants while imitating the appearance of the dragon race, they are more than willing to explain as if it's an honor. Ah, you are an ascended dragon kin, I see. These methods are the most fundamental among the demon beast methods of the bright cold realm. They can be considered basic methods. The merchant, who looks like a muscle but bizarrely with limbs, lifts a small spirit stone and continues the explanation. While countless demons each have their unique methods, we all share some common ground as demon races. These commonalities have been compiled to create what can be considered the basics of basics among demon beast methods. Oh, what's its name? It's called the Vast Cold Formula. Vast Cold Formula. I purchase the Vast Cold Formula and tuck it away. After buying the basic demon beast method and a couple of other methods that seem suitable, I head back up to the stone building where Seo Wayol is located. It seems Seo Wayol hasn't come out yet. It seems he has a lot of work to deal with inside. As I wait for Seo Wayol, several hours pass. When the spiritual energy of heaven and earth revolves, indicating the evening, Seo Wayol comes out of the stone building. Have you been waiting long? Weren't you bored? How could I be bored waiting for you, Sir Seo Wayol? Moreover, in cultivation, patience is a virtue. Good words. Have you been practicing the summoning wind, true blood transformation I gave you? Yes, I have. Haha, I see. Seo Wayol smiles and pats my shoulder. However, at that moment, I suddenly feel Seo Wayol's suspicions skyrocket. Question mark. But I didn't do anything, why is he suddenly suspicious? This person, who doesn't even possess the vision of beyond the path, couldn't possibly see through me. But Seo Wayol, though cunning, is a rational being. There's no way he would suddenly suspect me like that without any reason. There must be some grounds for it. I used the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts to ensure he wouldn't have noticed me leaving and returning. Furthermore, I left a gang sphere clone secretly, so even if Co Whale occasionally checked with his consciousness, he wouldn't be able to tell. But why so suddenly? Since today's tasks have been largely satisfactorily handled, let's return. By now, even if Cloud Heart Lake hasn't been conquered, our race's elders must have built a new Sea Dragon Palace there. Yes, I understand. Swoosh. Co Whale transforms back into his true form and carries me on his neck. As I hang on to Co Whale's neck flying, I think to myself. Should I now, even by burning my true origin energy, draw the formless sword and cut this guy's neck? His suspicion towards me has enormously spiked. Perhaps killing him right now and escaping might be better in the long run. That's when he speaks. And while I was handling tasks at the True Dragon Alliance's office, I heard some interesting information. It's about a plan that will soon be implemented across the entire Earth tribe. Is it all right for me to hear about it? No problem, it's not that big of a secret. The entire Earth tribe naming project. In the future, the True Dragon Alliance, like the Human Race Grand Alliance's system of compiling a register of the living and dead among humans, plans to name every member of the Earth tribe and manage those names. Names, you say? I am taken aback by the sudden change of topic. Why bring up names out of nowhere? Names partly contain fate. Our Earth tribe doesn't have the Heaven tribe's ability to read the fate of the heavens. That's why we've always been behind in the information war against the Heaven tribe, and the influence of the Earth tribe has been significantly reduced recently. As such, the True Dragon Alliance plans to manage the names of all Earth tribe members and give names to those without. It's a grand initiative. But, if I may ask, what's the use of that? If you don't understand fate, it might be a bit difficult to grasp by managing the names of all Earth tribe members. The True Dragon Alliance's Supreme Council decided it's possible to indirectly read the power of fate contained within those names, thereby predicting the overall fate of the Earth tribe. Why are you telling me this decision? Simple. In the future, every race within the Earth tribe will dispatch 1 or 2 individuals for their own management to participate in the entire Earth tribe naming project. I'm thinking, from our Sea Dragon race, we'll dispatch you among others. Thank you for granting me such an opportunity. What exactly is he planning? I frown inwardly. By the time we arrived at Cloudheart Lake, the sun had set. Co Whale and I enter the newly constructed Sea Dragon Palace beneath the lake. Let's discuss the details tomorrow. For today, rest well. I enter the room assigned to me and sit down. What should I do? What is Co Whale scheming? As I ponder this, I inadvertently look at the identity plaque Co Whale had given me. Why is intent infused in the identity plaque? I feel a chill down my spine as I examine it. And then I realize a horrifying truth. Damn it. During my time at the market today, I had been constantly monitored by Co Whale. Chapter 183. The Tribe of the Earth 3. Crack. I clench my teeth tightly, pulling my senses even higher in case I saw it wrong. The vision of Beyond the Path, added to that of the demon race. Using enlightenment that transcends planes, I look at the identity plaque. I wonder how clearly I observe the identity plaque. Shish. It's visible. This time, I can clearly see it. The flow of spiritual energy connected to the identity plaque, emanating an aura like that of consciousness waves, leads somewhere. And the end of that connection is unmistakably Co Whale. Damn it. Only after observing for a while do I grasp the principle of this location tracking plaque. The Earth tribe methods have its flow recorded on their bodies. Thus, even if a part of the body that has been imprinted with the method falls off, it is still affected by the demon beast method. Utilizing this principle, it's possible to continuously monitor an identity plaque that's far from oneself. I investigate the identity plaque further, teeth still clenched. Fortunately, from the flow of spiritual energy, it seems that only my location is being monitored. But I can't be at ease. Especially not within this Sea Dragon Palace. Within the room of the Sea Dragon Palace, decorated similarly to human lodgings. Even though it wasn't directly built by Co Whale but through the Sea Dragon race elders, I can't trust it. There's a high probability that this room I entered has been tampered with to monitor me in real time. Holding the identity plaque, I lie down on the bed comfortably, forcing my expression to relax to avoid detection. The first priority is to regain my cultivation. I organize my thoughts with a calm expression. Even if I decide to confront Co Whale in a life or death struggle, it will be impossible without intending to burn all my true origin energy right now. Regaining my cultivation as soon as possible and gaining some strength seems necessary for ensuring safety while living with COAO. Closing my eyes, I gently operate the intricacies of the wonderfully mysterious heart cannon, extending my consciousness like threads to secretly survey the surroundings. After investigating every corner of the room with my consciousness threads, I realize faint spiritual veins are detectable in various places. These spiritual veins are recording changes occurring within the room and transmitting them somewhere. As suspected, I am being monitored. In this state, it's impossible to recover my cultivation. All the methods I have learned would be performed under the watchful eyes of COAO or the Sea Dragon race elders. Then, I must act now. It seems I have to be prepared to burn at least some of my true origin energy to escape this situation. Pure life force travels through the threads of the wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon throughout the room. Since each thread of consciousness is applied with the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts, this act will not be detected. The life force-enriched wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon begins to adhere to the spiritual veins observing my room, starting to engrave circuits according to my will. Infiltrate them in reverse. The circuits engrave themselves throughout the spiritual veins, controlled by my will. These circuits then alter the recording of the room's situation, transmitting a different narrative. Someone receiving the information through spiritual energy will likely see a scene of me peacefully sleeping in the room. After engraving the circuits to gain freedom of action and once more searching the room with the wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon, I finally feel at ease and stand up from my place. Honestly, I want to engrave the Mad Lord's circuits into this identity plaque right away. This identity plaque, made from COAO's scales, is highly likely to be directly connected to COAO. The materials of this room are unrelated to the dragon race, so it was fine, but tampering with the scales is still dangerous. The good news is that the scales only have a location tracking feature attached to them, making it impossible to monitor what I'm doing in real time. I place the identity plaque in a suitable place within the room. Then, sitting down, I begin to inhale spiritual energy. Although I burned some life force, I've gained freedom within the Sea Dragon Palace, so it's worth it. Now, shall I start cultivating? TSSTSs. I open my mouth and take out the colorless glass swords that are within me. Klalik. My room assigned in the Dragon Palace is quite spacious, so having 3,000 glass swords floating around is no problem. While keeping the swords afloat with sword control, I focus my consciousness and open my mouth. Canvas of myriad forms and connections. Pot. Simultaneously, the glass swords emit light and exude artifact spirits. In an instant, the room is filled with hazy artifact spirits. But due to not enough space, the artifact spirits begin to overlap and shine within the room. But from my perspective, it's rather convenient. Until now, I only stored my cultivation in the canvas of myriad forms and connections. From that standpoint, it was convenient for the artifact spirits to be divided into minute details. On the other hand, if I want to retrieve the cultivation stored in the canvas of myriad forms and connections, merge. SSSSs. The artifact spirits, one by one, become luminous clusters and overlap. In front of me, countless artifact spirits gather to form one silhouette. The face of the silhouette changes constantly. Everyone I had encountered, good connections, bad connections, loved ones, hated ones, trusted ones, respected ones. The faces of those tremendous connections swirl on the face of the silhouette until, at one moment, when all the artifact spirits are merged, the silhouette finally takes on a proper form. It's me. SSSSs. A man wearing pure white robes. The artifact spirit looking exactly like me opens its eyes. I lock eyes with my artifact spirit. The vision split. The artifact spirit's vision and my vision. Since the canvas of myriad forms and connections was created by merging the three spirits technique and the Devil Legion terracotta scroll, creating another clone like in the case of the three spirits technique is possible. I stretch my arms towards me. As the two me's reach out and touch hands, the vision of the artifact spirit, me, is absorbed back into my view. When I come to my senses, the artifact spirit has been absorbed into my body. No, to be precise, it overlapped. Wo Wang. Indeed, in the overlapped state with the artifact spirit, I feel the power stored within the artifact spirit. It's an immense power. With time, by carefully transferring the power residing in the artifact spirit to my body, I will recover all the realms of the nascent soul within 10 years. SSSSs. I close my eyes and continue the process of recovering my cultivation through the canvas of myriad forms and connections throughout the night. The next day, I was called by Seo Wayol. Inside his room, Seo Wayol was observing the duties of the dragon race from his room, where a strange flow of spiritual energy was present. What's this flow of spiritual energy? Observing the flow of spiritual energy, my head feels clearer, giving me a refreshing feeling. It seems to be some kind of technique that awakens the mind. While I am basking in the spiritual energy, Seo Wayol, with a smiling face, asks me, "Was your night in the Sea Dragon Palace peaceful?" "Ah, thanks to Sir Seo Wayol's care, I spent a peaceful night." "That's good to hear. I'll keep looking out for you." However, contrary to his words, his mind is quite sensitive due to the doubts that had grown since yesterday. His eyes appear to be smiling, but upon closer inspection, I can feel him observing me closely. By the way, I heard that the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion is opening in 6 months. Most of the participants in the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion are nascent soul stage demon race members, so it might be too much for you to participate in just 6 months, right? 6 months later, I heard that the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion is held once every 100 years. If I miss this chance, the next opportunity won't come until 100 years later. But I decide to be cautious. Do I really need this Immortal Beast Blood Fusion? Having Immortal Beast True Blood makes it incredibly convenient to enter the Demon Race Society. But the problem is why Seo Wayol will send me to the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion without any reason. There's a 90% chance he has ulterior motives. Participating in a competition with nascent soul stage demon beasts without any cultivation in just 6 months. It's highly suspicious. However, there is a problem. A true immortal will descend in 100 years and sweep away the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect. My goal is to steal the Heavenly Lightning banner from the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect and place it in the storage scroll of Seo Wayol or Hyeonium, or other dragons with schemes, within 100 years. But to do that, I need to deeply infiltrate the Dragon Race Society within 100 years. After much consideration, I respond. May I know how the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion competition is conducted? It's simple. In the lowest layer of the Serving Command Ark's testing area, selected demon beasts will compete for survival. The last 100 survivors will each have a chance to receive Immortal Beast True Blood. Sounds simple. It won't be that simple. The testing area of the Serving Command Ark is quite harsh. After a moment of thought, I told Seo Wayol, "I will participate." Oh, a hint of doubt appears in Seo Wayol's eyes. But I decide to endure this much. After all, Seo Wayol will continue to doubt me. Even if I just breathe and eat. In fact, if I consider my actions from a third-party perspective, they are quite suspicious. Since I've already been marked as a suspicious person, I decided to push forward with that suspicious image. Haha, good. After all, you're part of our Sea Dragon race, so it would be an honor for a talent from our race to be granted Immortal Beast True Blood. He smiles warmly and amiably. But do you have a way to reach the nascent soul stage in 6 months? Can those who are not at the nascent soul stage not participate? It's not exactly like that. It's just that those who are not at the nascent soul stage tend to die before the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion ends due to the harshness of the test ground. Then it's fine. I am confident I can survive. Well, if that's the case. Seo Wayol smiles slightly, takes out a piece of silk, writes a recommendation letter in demon script, folds the silk, and sends it somewhere with a spell. I've sent the recommendation letter to the organizers of the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion. You'll be able to participate in the future. Thank you. No need for thanks. Is there anything you find inconvenient or need? I ponder for a moment, thinking. Maybe it wouldn't be bad to directly ask about Deputy Ohai Seo. Well, considering Seo Wayol's character, he's probably treating her well. Although I don't have high hopes, there is still a possibility he might easily talk about it, so I clung to the sliver of hope and was about to ask him. Just then, Wait a moment, I feel chills running down my back, but quickly suppress any physical reaction through my control. Since entering Seo Wayol's room, I felt a peculiar flow of spiritual energy that seemed to clear the mind. I casually thought it was some kind of spell that clears the mind, and let it be. However, as I internally operate the wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon and utilize the heart essence in the realm of treading heavens, observing my consciousness, I immediately realize something is wrong when my consciousness starts to feel odd. This bastard, he's brainwashing me. Indeed, from the moment I entered the room, the peculiar effect of mental awakening I felt is not actually an awakening effect at all. Nor is it simply clearing my mind. It's a brainwashing operation centered around Seo Wayol, designed to make one feel an endless affection towards him. I have been under brainwashing since I entered the room. He is the core and caster of this spell. Every word Co Whale utters, every gentle expression he makes, is part of the brainwashing. Despite feeling chills all over my body, I suppress my physical reactions. If it were anyone else, they would have been brainwashed by Co Whale without even realizing it. Only now did I realize I was being brainwashed, despite having a consciousness at the nascent soul stage, enlightenment in the treading heaven realm, and specialized in the wonderfully mysterious innate heart canon focused on consciousness. Even cultivators at the heavenly being stage would fail to suspect and investigate Co Whale from the start, not realizing they had been brainwashed. Is there anything else you need? Co Whale asks me again. I compose my emotions and smile brightly, nodding. Your grace is as vast as the sea, Sir Co Whale. However, I'm curious about what has become of Ohai Co, who was originally my colleague. The purpose of this brainwashing is, to harbor affection for Co Whale and not to doubt him. It's not strange for me to inquire about the welfare of a colleague. And to my question, Co Whale warmly smiles and answers. Of course, she is doing very well. However, as I mentioned before, she has accepted my true blood, becoming part of our sea dragon race, and is currently practicing a great method to accept my true blood within the inner sanctum of the Sea Dragon Palace. Since it's a method that requires stabilization, even if you wish to see her, I'd ask you to wait a bit longer. Ah, I see. Thank you for your answer. He's lying. Yuan Li was also someone who had assimilated Co Whale's blood, and I had forced him to reveal the method of assimilating Co Whale's blood through torture. From his confession, there was no such process as needing to stabilize. If I participate in the Immortal Beast blood fusion and receive the Immortal Beast true blood, will I also need to stabilize like Ohai Co? Haha, of course. If you are entrusted with the honorable mission of receiving the Immortal Beast true blood in the Immortal Beast blood fusion, I will personally bring you and assist you in assimilating the Immortal Beast true blood. I will also lend you the assimilation chamber she is using to assimilate the true blood this time. Thank you for your gracious words. Listening to Co Whale, I am certain. Co Whale is spouting nonsense, and I have no idea what's happening to Ohai Co right now. Is there anything else you're curious about? Quote. If I were to say I want to see Ohai Co now, Co Whale will certainly refuse, using her need for stability as an excuse. He's probably continuously observing whether the brainwashing is taking effect on me. It's best not to ask any more questions that can provoke him. There's nothing more I'm curious about. If you may permit, I'll go and continue my cultivation to prepare for the Immortal Beast blood fusion. Understood. Go ahead. Oh, and do you have any human cultivation methods you're practicing? Yes, I do. Then, if you wish to conduct a ritual later, go see the Sea Dragon Race Elder Jaeon Rule. He has a lot of interest in human rituals and will kindly set one up for you. Thank you. After bidding farewell to Co Whale, I leave his room. Even as I exit his room, I don't sigh or relax until I return straight to my own room. I could see the flow of spiritual energy leading to Co Whale's room throughout the Sea Dragon Palace. The same flow that is set up in my room. Co Whale is monitoring everything within the Dragon Palace in real time. Unless it's someone like me who has the vision of intent and vision of spiritual energy, along with the enlightenment of planes, the dragon race members wouldn't have noticed. Upon entering my room, which had been pre-equipped with circuits, I finally relax and sit down. Really, it's hard to even breathe in this Sea Dragon Palace. Given that Co Whale's eyes are everywhere, I have to assume I am being monitored at all times. I'll be living here in the future. Can I just endure being subjected to this? Wo Wang. Last night, through the canvas of myriad forms and connections, I regained the cultivation of Qi refining 7th star. The reason I couldn't surpass the 7th star is that the 7th star requires a ritual, so I was stopped merely due to procedural reasons. My spiritual power is sufficient. Wo Wang. I touch the surveillance spiritual veins Co Whale laid in my room and infuse my own spiritual power into the spiritual veins. You must have thought everything in the Dragon Palace dances to your tune, you snake bastard. TSSTs, TSSTSSTS. I reverse the flow in Co Whale's spiritual veins, installing the Mad Lord's circuits. Beyond the spiritual veins, the circuits of madness spreads, and the circuits that were only in my room begin to invade other areas. Since I blocked the information with the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts, no information should reach Co Whale. From today, the Sea Dragon Palace falls to my grasp. Sea Whale must have thought he could control me by accepting me. However, that is a mistake. I am poison, a poison that had been fermented, aged, and completely rotted over for more than 2,000 years. Now that this poison has entered the heart of the dragon race, it will poison everything. TSSTSSTSSTs. If you have no intention of showing me what's happening to Ohaiseo and are full of plans to brainwash me, I think as I cover the entire Sea Dragon Palace with the Mad Lord's circuits, I'll take control of the Dragon Palace myself and find out directly. Thanks for laying down such a technique throughout your palace, making it easy for me. Now, I'll make good use of it. 6 months pass quickly. I regained my late-stage chi building cultivation, and in a year or two, I will be able to recover to the core formation stage. During that time, by exerting power, I was able to seize control of Sea Whale's eyes spread throughout the Dragon Palace. As a result of monitoring the Dragon Palace using Sea Whale's eyes, I still haven't found Ohaiseo. The claim that Ohaiseo was inside the Dragon Palace was a lie from the start. Damn it. I grit my teeth as I open my eyes in the room. The time for the immortal beast blood fusion is here. I finish preparing and leave the Sea Dragon Palace. Emerging from the Sea Dragon Palace located at the bottom of Cloudheart Lake, I see the barrier enveloping the Sea Dragon Palace and the waters of Cloudheart Lake beyond it. Both within and outside, sea dragons are walking or swimming. However, as I pass by, the sea dragons murmur and show signs of avoiding me. From what I can gather, it seems they generally don't like me, a human. That human, he's participating in the immortal beast blood fusion this time. Sir Sea Whale wrote him a recommendation letter. Why would Sir do that for someone like him? Even if he has exceptional consciousness, isn't that too much of a privilege? I calmly ignore their words and wait at the edge of the barrier. After a while, Sea Whale swims down in his true form. Have you been waiting long? Not at all. First, climb onto my neck. Let everyone hear. All participants in the immortal beast blood fusion will fly following me. Following Sea Whale's words, young nascent soul and core formation stage sea dragons fly after him. I cling to Sea Whale's neck and we fly across the lake towards the serving command arc. While I am clinging to him, Sea Whale begins comforting me with a warm voice. Recently, there's been a lot of gossip among our sea dragon race about you. It seems many are displeased with the privileges given to you, not being of the dragon race. It seems so. First, as a representative of the sea dragon race, I apologize. It was me who accepted you into the sea dragon race, and I'm sorry for not taking better care of you. Regardless of what they say, don't mind them. I've become a major figure in the True Dragon Alliance recently, and even before ascending, I was a king trusted by the sea dragon race. Since I personally noticed your qualities and brought you here, you just need to walk your own path. Thank you for your kind words. Had Azure Tiger Saint said this, I would have been moved enough to bow in respect. However, the heart essence behind Sea Whale's eloquent words are filled with dark malice. It's a refreshing feeling, contrary to that time with Hyunghwa. Her, who harshly told me to forget her while secretly harboring love for me, and Sea Whale, who outwardly speaks kindly and trustingly while inwardly schemes on how to use me and doubts me. It's extremely polarizing, but so extreme that it feels refreshingly new. Considering Seo Ran's case, those murmuring of the sea dragons must be instigated by him. Even though I seized control of Sea Whale's eyes within the Sea Dragon Palace. From the day I joined Sea Whale, I never let my guard down for a moment. Though constraints on my actions have loosened a bit, Sea Whale knows all too well how to restrict a person's actions without using spells or sorcery. Even without being brainwashed or monitored, Sea Whale's significant words kept me immobilized in the Dragon Palace all this time. He's adept at rendering people utterly immobile with psychological manipulation. The more I stay with Sea Whale, the more I feel suffocated, as if my throat is being constricted. It feels like I am surrounded, with only the path Sea Whale offers seeming somewhat open. This isn't just once or twice, but always. However, what Sea Whale offers is always a trap. For someone like me, who has lived for over 2,000 years, there's room to breathe, at least. Then, where exactly is Ohaiseo? While concerned for Ohaiseo, I enter the depths of serving command arc with Sea Whale. Where could she be, captured and brainwashed by Sea Whale? Feeling that the goals I set in this life are not going to be easy, I follow Sea Whale to the lowest level of serving command arc. We reach the battleground where the immortal beast blood fusion is to be held. It's time for the immortal beast blood fusion to begin. Chapter 184. The Tribe of the Earth 4. It's dark. Sia Whale and I arrived at the lowest level of Serving Command Arc, a place so cold and dark it chills to the bone. This is the last of the 7 floors of Serving Command Arc. Similar to Serving Command Palace, Serving Command Arc itself also comprises a total of 7 floors. The topmost 7th floor, the Life Floor, is where Sia Whale conducts administrative tasks, meetings of the True Dragon Alliance take place, and where the demon race's market and social gatherings mainly occur. The 6th floor, the Cultivation Floor, is rich in spiritual veins and spiritual energy, provided for the later stage Earth Tribe cultivators and elders. The 5th floor, the Harvest Floor, is the most appropriate and safest refuge for Earth Tribe members to face heavenly tribulation before crossing the cultivation threshold. The 4th floor, the Death Floor, is where the corpses of deceased Earth Tribe members gather. The 3rd floor, the Earth Floor, is the power room of Serving Command Arc and the source of spiritual energy flowing throughout the Arc. The 2nd floor, the Storage Floor, serves as a storage space below the power room, currently used as a treasure vault by the Earth Tribe. And the lowest level of Serving Command Arc, where the immortal beast blood fusion takes place. The 1st floor, the Emptiness Floor. As I reached the Emptiness Floor, I felt as if all the spiritual energy in my body was freezing over. Is this the coldness of the Emptiness Floor? There is literally nothing. No light, no heat, no air, no sound. Even the spiritual energy is so scarce that once it leaks, it disperses into the pitch-black void. Facing the profound darkness, not just me, but the other Earth Tribe members seem startled, showing signs of surprise. The nascent soul stage sea dragons who followed Sia Whale are also huddling and looking around. Not just the sea dragons, but other demon beasts who arrived are in the same state. Is this where the immortal beast blood fusion is held? We're to undergo a survival test here. It won't be easy. Even just breathing scatters spiritual energy. Just when they are all muttering, flash. Suddenly, the darkest lowest floor is brightly illuminated. A golden flash of light shines in all directions. All demon beasts who arrived at the lowest floor look up in surprise. There, a familiar face is present. It's Yu Ryan, an elder of the True Dragon Alliance who came to fetch us before. It seems everyone has arrived. I am Yu Ryan, an elder of the True Dragon Alliance, overseeing this immortal beast blood fusion. First, if there are any 4-axis stage cultivators from major races, stop protecting your own race and come this way. At that command, Sia Whale from the Sea Dragon race and several other demon beasts from various races fly up to stand by Yu Ryan's side. So cold. As Sia Whale disappears, the surrounding sea dragons start to shiver uncontrollably. Is this the cold of the Emptiness Floor now that Sir Sia Whale stopped his protection? Harsh. Quote. I am momentarily puzzled as I watch the sea dragons around me shivering. What's going on? Nothing changed. The temperature of the Emptiness Floor, terribly cold from the beginning, hadn't changed at all. Yet, suddenly, the later stage cultivators of the Sea Dragon race started to shiver. I realized something from this situation. That guy Sia Whale. He hasn't been protecting me from the start. It's a really simple fact. Wo Wang. As the 4-axis stage Earth Tribe members stand next to Yu Ryan, the light emanating from her becomes even brighter. I am startled, realizing the nature of the light emanating from Yu Ryan. Life force, itself, in the void of emptiness where nothing exists. Yu Ryan is producing the most pure and original spiritual energy, the power of life. That's a 4-axis stage cultivator. Those who awakened the power of life. It seems true that reaching 4-axis grants an incomparably longer lifespan, as she illuminates the darkness with life force itself. No, it's not just by herself. She is emitting an even brighter light with the help of the energy from the surrounding 4-axis stage cultivators. Regardless, the golden light emitted by the 4-axis cultivators color the surroundings, dispelling the darkness and revealing the scenery around us to some extent. We are in a desert of sand. Across this sand desert, numerous unique demon races are densely packed. Including the sea dragons, demon beasts I have never seen in my life, and even those who look like rocks, making one doubt if they are alive. Countless demon race beasts are scattered as far as the eye can see. 10,000, 15,000, roughly around 12,000 I estimate. Moreover, the majority of them are at the core formation and nascent soul stages. I am the only one at the chi building stage. Then, Yuryan begins to speak amidst the golden light. First, I express my respect to all the later stage Earth Tribe members who have come here. All of you have bravely participated in the immortal beast blood fusion, knowing well that you might lose your lives in the battle, choosing to compete for merely 100 spots. However, as a senior, I am also worried. This immortal beast blood fusion, as I say again, is an extreme survival test that takes place in the void of emptiness. Let me say this one last time. The immortal beast blood fusion is a test accompanied by death, and those who wish to give up are advised to do so now. Is there anyone who wants to give up? Come forward now. However, no demon beast steps forward. Yu Ryan seems to nod indifferently at this, but I could read a feeling of pity in her intent. Good. Since there are no quitters, we will now commence the immortal beast blood fusion. The rules are simple. Just survive until the last 100 remain. Flash. As she waves her hand, golden life force spreads around, etching strange patterns on the arms and legs of each demon beast. It's a number in demon script, 13,252. The number etched on your bodies represents the number of other immortal beast blood fusion participants currently in the battlegrounds. As each participant is eliminated, the number will change accordingly. You just need to endure until that number reaches 100. However, as you know, there is no withdrawal from the immortal beast blood fusion midway. Therefore, for your given numbers to drop below 100, a significant number of you must either die or become incapacitated. Now, that's roughly it for the explanation. Is there anything you're curious about? Excuse me, Examiner. What does incapacitated mean? A demon beast asks Yu Ryan, who replies with a cold gaze but internally with a hint of pity, speaking loudly. Being on the verge of death, reaching a comatose state is recognized as an incapacitated state for the immortal beast blood fusion, and you'll be transported to the second floor of Serving Command Arc. However, usually, if you reach such a state, expect your cultivation to drop by several levels. I understand. Any more questions? Yes, I have something I want to make sure of. If the goal of this competition is to survive until fewer than 100 Earth Tribe members remain, does that mean the main objective of the immortal beast blood fusion is essentially to reduce the number of competitors quickly? A demon beast resembling a praying mantis asks with a murderous intent, directing the question at Yu Ryan. Yuryan smirks. Well, most would think so, but it's a bit different. This immortal beast blood fusion is ultimately a competition to select those demon beasts strong enough in life force to accept the true blood of immortal beasts, and as such, survivability is the main focus of the competition. You'll understand once the competition properly begins. Yes, well, I take it as a confirmation that it's okay to reduce the number of other competitors. Do as you will. The mantis demon beast cackles, not hiding its murderous intent. The demon beasts around it show discomfort, stepping back a few paces from it. However, Yu Ryan seems to send a pitiful intent towards that demon beast. Whatever it is, the real immortal beast blood fusion will demand tremendous survivability. It isn't going to be difficult for me. Over the past 6 months, not just me but also Yuan Yu regained its cultivation. Unlike me, who had no foundation in cultivation right after returning, Yuan Yu had a foundation in core formation stage cultivation, so he could quickly regain his core formation stage cultivation. Since I wore Yuan Yu for this immortal beast blood fusion, I am not particularly worried about my survivability. More questions follow. Does the immortal beast blood fusion not end until there are fewer than 100 members left? That's right, I know what you're worried about. You're concerned that the immortal beast blood fusion will drag on for years, aren't you? That won't happen. It will conclude within 4 months at most. After a few more questions, Yu Ryan looks around the assembly and says, "Are there no more questions? Then, let's start the real immortal beast blood fusion." Yes. Numerous demon beasts respond loudly. Yu Ryan raises her hand to the sky and slams it down. From this moment, the immortal beast blood fusion begins. Boom. Simultaneously, the desert crumbles into pieces, starting to collapse downward. It wasn't split by mere physical force. Observing the flow of spiritual energy between Yu Ryan and the desert, I realize the true identity of the desert. Was the desert itself a manifestation of Yu Ryan's spell? Rustle. As the desert splits, a dark space below is revealed. An absolute darkness, akin to the void, is exposed. However, unlike the void, it's impossible to read the plane and return to the current realm because this realm is not the void but a space within the realm itself. SSSHHH. Gasp. I nearly lost consciousness momentarily due to the insane cold enveloping me. What on earth is this? Cold. I knew the immortal beast blood fusion wouldn't be easy, but I didn't expect it to be this chilling. Nothingness. Absolute darkness. Perhaps this is what outer space is like. Life force itself is being drawn away. In this pitch-black void, merely existing led to your life force naturally escaping into the void and disperse. Enduring this mind-numbing cold, I understand why Yu Ryan sneered at those demon beasts trying to eliminate competitors while also pitying them. Reduce competitors. Ridiculous. That's impossible. Just being here feels like the soul itself might freeze over. No, it's not even cold. This is more akin to death itself. The fourth floor is called the death floor, but isn't that a title more fitting for the first floor? Before long, the desert that had become our ground scatters into the darkness. The light provided by Yu Ryan and the four Axis Masters also vanishes somewhere. Without attempting to locate other demons around me, I immediately begin to circulate my spiritual power. Wang, my pure spiritual force flows vigorously within me, reviving my dying body. Wang Wang Wang, a faint light emanates from my body, finally making me feel slightly alive. This won't do. But as I see even the faintest glimmer of light gradually scatter into the darkness, I clench my teeth. I need another way. At this rate, all life force will disperse and I'll die. A test of life force, life force. Tick, tick tick, tick tick tick. For the first time, my body, which had never moved uncontrollably, chatters its teeth on its own. It isn't a matter of will. The very presence of death itself caused my body to react instinctively. I will certainly die if it continues this way. It can't end like this. If it's a test of life force, then activating life force is the key. And there's nothing better than cultivation to activate life force. The space may be scarce in spiritual energy, but that's actually for the better. In such a space, Seo Whale's gaze cannot reach me. Meaning, I can take as much time as needed for proper cultivation. The lack of spiritual energy isn't a problem either. Wo Wang, canvas of myriad forms and connections. TST. The ethereal form of an artifact spirit appears before me. The countless figures of artifact spirits, containing my myriad connections, transformed back into my form according to my will. And I soon overlap with my figure. Zoom. A massive amount of spiritual energy stored within the artifact spirit transfers into my body. From the moment I heard that the immortal beast blood fusion is a competition for survival, I believed I could easily make it into the last 100. Using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts to hide my presence and absorbing only the spiritual energy from the canvas of myriad forms and connections is enough to endure. But seeing the harsh environment of emptiness, most demon races would exhaust all their life force and vitality just trying to survive in this space. There's no need to use the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts. With the spiritual energy of canvas of myriad forms and connections, I can calmly cultivate and wait out the time. Wo Wang, I transfer the cultivation of Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method into my body, which I have been cautious about practicing fully due to Seo Whale's suspicion. Since Seo Whale is acquainted with Azure Tiger Saint, practicing Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method could have been problematic if discovered, as changes in the body in the initial stages are easily noticeable. During the 6 months, Seo Whale called me out every 3 days to check my cultivation progress. Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method, which causes significant bodily changes in the early stages, had to be approached with caution. According to Yu Ryan, it seems I can buy about 4 months of time within this area. With 4 months, I can summon the chi and blood stored from the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method in my past life. Chi is the soul. Thus, the Dharma treasure attached to my soul and the cultivation stored in the canvas of myriad forms and connections could transcend time to join me. Chi is life. Extremely pure spiritual energy is, in essence, life force itself. Therefore, cultivating the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method, which maximizes life force by condensing spiritual energy to its extreme, is also possible after regression. Crack, creak, a tremendous life force circulates throughout my body. Arg, the pains I experienced while cultivating the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method in my past life, compressed into a short time, strikes my mind. Quote. It's brain-numbingly painful. Yet, I clench my teeth, enduring the pain and accepting the life force surging throughout my body. The immense life force circulates through my body, elevating my chi and blood, and begins to recreate the indestructible body I had forged in my past life. Creak, creak, I continue my cultivation amidst the pain that feels as if my entire body is being crushed. Although it feels like my body is shattering, that very agony drives away the cold and darkness of the empty void. I can endure this. In the lowest floor of Serving Command Arc, I smile as I continue my cultivation fueled by life force. With this, I can endure to the end. Wrapped in pain as if my body is being crushed, the heat generated from the pain drives the cold away. Confident I can endure till the end of the immortal beast blood fusion, I spend my time in deep cultivation. Before long, the number recorded on my arm rapidly decreased. In just a few days, the number of demon beasts that had reached 13,000 had dropped to 5,000. And then, I understood why Gu Ryan said a conclusion could be reached within 4 months. As the numbers dwindle, the darkness intensifies. It became colder and more desolate than before. In the emptiness floor, nothingness itself seems to materialize, attempting to devour me. I can endure it for now. But, as the numbers further decrease, the darkness will intensify. When that happens, the life force being generated from practicing the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method will be surpassed by the life force escaping from my body. Can I truly endure it? I clench my teeth and resist against the cold, against this death, and endure. Time passed exceedingly slowly, for months on end, floating aimlessly in the darkness without any light or warmth. Now, there are only 200 left. The cold and darkness became even more intense. It felt as though the darkness was creeping into my eyes, nose, and mouth. It was as if darkness, not blood, flowed through my veins. Just a bit more, just endure a bit longer. Fortunately, I had access to vastly more resources than others through the canvas of myriad forms and connections. Enduring wouldn't be difficult, and finally, on the 4th month as Gu Ryan had mentioned. Hua, just exhaling caused a burst of light to escape my mouth and scatter into the darkness. I'll die, enduring any longer means death. I truly feel death creeping up to my throat. As the number of surviving demon beasts decreased, the darkness and cold intensified, leaving only 103 remaining. Just 3 more to go. But within this soul-chilling cold, all I want is to leave, immortal beast blood fusion be damned. The cold is beyond what mere willpower can overcome. Crack, crack, crack. I ground my teeth, focusing on the number displayed on my arm. The number, which had been 103, had now reduced to 102. Just a little longer, and this unbearable cold will pass. I will be able to leave. 101. Only one more person needs to fall into a comatose state for the immortal beast blood fusion to end. However, seeing that number, I can't help but laugh at myself. My life force is surprisingly tenacious. No, it's more due to the canvas of myriad forms and connections than my own life force. I've been enduring by cultivating the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method through the canvas of myriad forms and connections. But now, even the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method is struggling against the cold, which is not merely the yin attribute, but rather the absolute nothingness of this empty space, making it all the more difficult to endure. It's like my mind is drying up. It feels like 4 years, not 4 months. But it will all be over soon. Looking at the number 101, I desperately wish for the one to disappear quickly. How much time has passed? Finally, the moment I have been waiting for arrived. 100. Finally, the immortal beast blood fusion is over. Or so I thought when. Quote. Nothing changes. What's going on? After the immortal beast blood fusion ends, we are supposed to be transported to the 2nd floor. But why hasn't anything happened yet? Gu Ryan said it herself. When the number reaches 100, the immortal beast blood fusion is supposed to end. Right, maybe it just takes a little time. There couldn't be any problems. I calmly wait to be transported in the cold. 10 more days passed. Something's wrong. This shouldn't be happening. Why am I still here even though the immortal beast blood fusion has ended? Is this Seo Wei-ol's trick? Did Seo Wei-ol manipulate this to send all participants of the immortal beast blood fusion to their doom? But no matter how much I think about it, there's no reason for Seo Wei-ol to do such a thing. Or has the cold made me lose my sense of time? But that doesn't make sense either. My mind is too clear. I'm not insane, and considering everything with a clear head, there's no reason for Seo Wei-ol to do this. Moreover, from what I gathered in the 6 months before participating in the immortal beast blood fusion, it has always been conducted fairly. There's no room for Seo Wei-ol's interference. It can't be that this was done deliberately to kill me. Even if I am suspicious, Seo Wayol's character would suggest he'd use me to the fullest before letting me die, not kill me off for no reason. Something's wrong. I decided to wait a little longer, trembling in the cold. Another month passed. Perhaps, by some terrible stroke of luck, something went wrong with the emptiness floor just when I participated. I'm not insane, and unless Seo Wayol decided on a whim to kill me just for fun, I can't think of any other explanation. No. More than that, I've been sustaining myself by cultivating the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method with the life force accumulated in the canvas of myriad forms and connections, but how are the other demon beasts still alive? 2 more months passed since the immortal beast blood fusion was supposed to end. Yet, the number still points to 100. Indeed, something must have gone wrong with the immortal beast blood fusion. Damn it, I can't just die here frozen like some Seo Un frozen popsicle. Determined to not die here, I decide to somehow escape this place. Crack, crack, crack. I drew out my formless sword and swing it around me. But in this area devoid of spiritual energy, it's difficult to cut through anything. Floating in the void, I gather spiritual energy and spray it around, trying to navigate the dark space. But I find nothing. It's vast and cold. If only I can find something that activates the immortal beast blood fusion, something that triggers the darkness of this emptiness floor. Clenching my teeth, I fight through the darkness, searching for a way out. A year passes. Crack, crack, crack. Even trying to move a finger causes my whole body to crackle. It can't go on like this. Something must have gone seriously wrong. Have all the demon beasts participating in the immortal beast blood fusion been sealed in the lowest layer? A year passed without finding any hope. I had no choice but to float aimlessly in the void space. I must find a way. If things continue this way, finding an exit or getting out will be secondary. I fear I might die consumed by the darkness, dying from the soul-chilling cold, from the utter nothingness. What should I do? As I float in the void space, pondering my next move. Whoosh! The moment I try to cross my arms, something in my bosom brushes against my hand. This is a small spirit stone. I remember the identity of the spirit stone and observe it. It's the vast cold formula I bought from the demon beast merchant last time. The most basic among the basics, the foundational beast methods, was it. Suddenly, I decide to cultivate the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method along with the vast cold formula. If I can't find a way out of this emptiness floor, I might as well endure until I'm rescued. Instead of seeking a way out, I choose to endure as long as possible. Let's endure, somehow. Whether Seo Wayol played tricks, or something's gone wrong with the serving command arc, let's just endure. Wo Wang. Clenching my teeth, I read the demon script embedded in the spirit stone and manipulated spiritual energy according to the vast cold formula's instructions. Wo Wang. At first, it was a bit unfamiliar. But after another year in the void space, I could feel what demon beast methods are about. Demon beast methods are essentially explosions. I felt this when cultivating the summoning wind, dragon transformation. Inner cores of demon beasts concentrate spiritual energy within their demon cores before causing an explosion. By repeating these explosions, they gradually expand their demon core's capacity, absorbing more chi as their vessel grows. This is the foundation of all demon beast methods. But as I continued reading the vast cold formula, I realized how absurd the summoning wind, dragon transformation method is. Did Seo Wayol really throw me a bomb like the summoning wind, dragon transformation to cultivate? All demon beast methods are based on the following principle. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth rotates as yin and yang, forming taiji. Thus, to vision of the demon race who can see the essence of spiritual energy, all things in the universe appear as taiji. The core of the demon beast method is to rotate this taiji strongly within the demon core, crashing it together to cause an explosion. While yin and yang explode upon collision, they also achieve harmony and stabilize instantly, ensuring the safety of practicing demon beast methods, though it may be painful. However, the summoning wind, dragon transformation Seo Wayol gave me contains no details on the circulation of taiji, only methods to recklessly explode the demon core. Damned dragon. I curse Seo Wayol inwardly and continue to repeat the steps of the vast cold formula. 3 more years pass. Now I have spent 5 years in the darkness. Demon beast methods are truly simple. At the chi refining stage, weak chi is circulated and exploded. At the chi building stage, one's life force is linked with the demon core to circulate the taiji more intensely before colliding and exploding it. At the core formation stage, the now strengthened demon core, as resilient as a human's golden core, is exploded and reformed multiple times to refine qi. Circulating the taiji to cause an explosion results in refined pure spiritual energy. In other words, life force that continuously fills into the body. This is the essence of all demon beast methods. Unlike humans who create a law-transforming dantian with the flow of yin and yang and reach the nascent soul stage to cultivate the yin and yang spirit, demon beasts stubbornly focus solely on the flow of yin and yang from the beginning, and upon reaching the nascent soul stage, they circulate the nascent soul with the flow of yin and yang again. Compared to the Heaven Tribes method, which are maddeningly complex and involve memorizing intricate incantations, performing sacrificial rituals, and reading the celestial trends, it's almost as simple as leaving it to instinct. Perhaps, it is correct for demon beasts to learn demon beast methods by instinct. Originally, wild animals without intelligence, after gaining spiritual awareness and the ability to see spiritual energy, circulate the yin and yang within their bodies according to their vision and then explode it. Its simplicity allows even those demon beasts without intellect to learn such methods. Boom! I frown as I feel the chi explode in my dantian. It's not easy. Although it's not as complex as the methods of the human race, including those of the Heaven Tribe, and as simple, that doesn't mean it's easy to learn. Demon beast methods, like body refining methods, or in some ways, even more so, accompany terrible pain. Every time spiritual energy is exploded in the dantian as part of their cultivation, they have to endure the pain of their dantian being shattered at every moment. This is even worse for core formation stage demons as they have to explode their demon core itself, enduring horrible pain. Another 5 years pass. 10 years in the emptiness floor. It's hard to gauge how much time I've wasted. By all rights, I should have regained my nascent soul cultivation with abundant spiritual energy outside by now. But here I am, barely surviving in the void, only increasing my understanding of demon beast methods. Boom! I suffer unbearable pain as if my dantian is shattering as I practice both the vast cold formula and the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method. Gradually, the cold of the emptiness floor recedes before the heat of pain. Thump, thump, thump. It's like a heart. Practicing demon beast methods feels as if there is another heart in my dantian. Every time the heart beats, blood is pumped through the arteries to the entire body, then returns to the heart through the veins. Every time the yin and yang in the dantian explode, that explosive force sweeps through the body, refining it, then condenses back inside the dantian, becoming pure life force that heals the body. Life is, in essence, an explosion. Thump, thump, thump. The vast cold formula and the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method elevate my life through explosions. And at some point, flash, I feel a peculiar sensation as if the vast cold formula and the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method are emerging around my inner core. This is, the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method is evolving. No, that's not it. Originally, body refining methods are a degraded version of demon beast methods. Now, the foundational demon beast method, the vast cold formula operates within my inner core, making the degraded body refining method reach an equivalent condition as demon beast methods, revealing its essence. This is the true power of the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method. Boom, creak, creak, it's cold, so very cold, but at the same time, I realize fundamental changes occurring throughout my body. Crack, crack, a complete transformation. Just as the 5 energies converging to the origin led me to understand how the spiritual energy of heaven and earth can guide my body on the correct path. Now, once again, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth begins to show me how my body can evolve even more correctly. Crack. This is. Spiritual energy rotates before my eyes. Yin and yang collapse, entering my body to form a double helix. Ah, yin and yang ascend the double helix, unraveling the secrets of the flesh accumulated from the past and providing the correct direction for evolution. Crack, I adjust my body according to that direction and finally complete the metamorphosis. Simultaneously, I feel my consciousness naturally taking on a specific form. So it is. The area of consciousness that enveloped me in a circle transformed into a complete human form, covering me. Could it be that humans, before discovering the rituals to become part of the Heaven Tribe, were a kind of demon beast? Gurgle. As my consciousness transforms into human form and I move my fist, I feel an immense power in my fist, unlike anything I had felt before. Ha! Finally, I have reached a new realm of demon beast methods. At the same time, I am engulfed in a sense of awe towards Kim Young-hoon. Without even touching body refining methods, did a martial artist with a mortal body trace back the origins of martial arts to find the path to human demon beast methods. The other path, that Kim Young-hoon struggled to find beyond the ultimate pinnacle, in his quest for a way forward. That was precisely demon beast methods. Found in the library of Seo Ran, not the real demon beast methods for beasts, but for humans. That was the other path Kim Young-hoon discovered while evolving martial arts. It turns out I reached that path in the end. I recall Kim Young-hoon from that cycle and smile wryly. Is this the end? After undergoing complete transformation and witnessing the life force escaping from my entire body, I laugh with self-deprecation. It's good to have realized the true meaning of demon beast methods through complete transformation. But in doing so, I have almost used up all the spiritual energy inside my body. There is hardly any life force left in the canvas of myriad forms and connections. If this had been a place abundant with spiritual energy, I could have replenished it immediately, but in this absolute realm of death, it's impossible. Am I going to die in such a futile manner? I feel my eyes closing and laugh. Well, at least, I confirmed what the other path that Kim Young-hoon discovered was. Maybe such a death isn't entirely in vain. Thinking this, I close my eyes. I thought it was my 16th return. You've endured 10 years. Question mark quote. Crackle, crackle. I open my eyes in front of a campfire. Where is this? It's dark. It isn't cold, but it is still dark. Yet, I can see clearly. But there is no light. Strange. Everything around me is so clearly perceived, yet the actual existence of light is distinctly absent. What is this? Bizarre. Living beings perceive objects through light. But for some reason, even without light, I feel everything around me is perceivable. In front of me is a bonfire. But the bonfire has no light, only heat. Around the bonfire are numerous statues, each an exquisite work of art. As I am puzzled by the sudden situation, take a seat. You've endured 10 years, so you only have 10 seconds to converse with this seat. Of course, if we really talked for just 10 seconds, we wouldn't get anywhere, so this seat has warped time to make 1 second last a day. What? Someone is sitting in front of me. I try to look up at them. That moment, exclamation mark. Arg, my eyes suddenly vaporized, without any warning, trying to perceive the other made my eyeballs evaporate and fly into the air. Not just the eyes, my entire body, my whole body is vaporizing. I'm dying. Sit. The next moment, as soon as they tell me to sit, my vaporizing body resettles. And somehow, I find myself sitting properly on one of the surrounding statues. Do not look directly at this seat. If it were this seat's main body, we might converse properly adjusting to your level. However, as I am but a remnant thought, a fragment left by the main body, this seat might accidentally kill you if I fail to adjust properly. My heart is racing. This seat is the master of liberation. If you look directly at me, the essence that constitutes you will be liberated from the framework of you, and vaporize into extinction. You are. My head is spinning. As soon as I guessed the identity of the being before me, my consciousness shook as if it was about to collapse, and my sense of direction vanished, making me feel as though I would fall to the ground at any moment. The pain of being trapped in the void for 10 years is instantly forgotten, and a new sense of fear, awe, and reverence painted over my mind. This seat's name is Bong Myung, Serving Command. I am the creator of the Serving Command arc you entered. The being before me is, at the very least, a true immortal. I distorted 10 years of time to summon you here for a conversation. Now, shall we talk? Ender and Fate Person. Chapter 185. The Tribe of the Earth 5. My head is numb. I can't make sense of anything at all. It feels like the heavens and the earth are turning upside down. It feels like my brain is being crushed. I can't endure it. A cacophony of tinnitus rings from all directions, blurring my vision with its intensity. I can't regain my senses. But I'm not even allowed to go mad. Let's stop now. Suddenly, upon hearing those words, my mind is forcibly pulled together. Just as I'm about to fall under the cliff's edge, it feels like someone is forcefully grabbing my hair and pulling me up. Naturally, it brings a pain that feels as though my neck is being ripped out. Likewise, I had to forcibly escape from the chaos with a pain that felt like my soul was being torn apart. I sought you out because I'm curious about 3 things. Answer these 3 questions, and I'll leave. Even though my mind was forcibly calmed, it's still incredibly hard to endure. Endure. But I must endure. If I don't, even if I regress, I might waste countless lives over thousands, tens of thousands of years, lost in madness. I must endure. Gah, crunch. I raise my arm, open my mouth, and bite into my wrist. The sharp pain and metallic taste of blood cuts through the fog of confusion, anchoring me back to sanity. Pain neutralizes the confusion, allowing me to regain a bit of sanity. I must regain my composure. Ask your question. With a trembling voice, I speak to the entity before me. The entity in front of me smiles, as if pleased. Your mental strength is strong. Even for an ender, at the beginning of their story, they are no different from insects, yet you regained your senses so quickly. Quote. Very well, it seems you're ready, so I'll proceed with the questions. First question, what is the fate you received? Quote. I mustn't reveal it. I clench my teeth. But suddenly, such a thought passes through my confused mind. I mustn't reveal it, but what if I don't even know what it is? How should I respond? As I stupidly stand still, Bong Meong speaks. You still don't know. Quote. Curious. How can an ender who doesn't even know their own fate endure 10 years in the darkness of the serving command arc and regain consciousness so quickly before me? Bong Meong muses, seemingly puzzled, and then continues with the next question. Second question, do you know where the being that brought you here is located? Quote. What does that mean? The entity that brought me here. You're saying that us falling into this world wasn't just an accident but someone's deliberate actions. Just when I am puzzled. It seems you don't know this either. Well, I can't expect much from an ender who hasn't even realized their fate. You'll remember eventually as the story progresses. Quote. What is he talking about? As I listen to him perplexedly. Last question, have you ever met a supreme deity or a heavenly sovereign? Even if you haven't met them directly, have you ever heard stories about such beings from someone? Simultaneously. I scream in agony, feeling as though my head will explode. Bong Meong's voice drills into my mind. Unlike the first and second questions, which elicited no reaction, the third question made me feel like my head would explode immediately. If I explode me head right now and kill myself I might feel a bit more comfortable, maybe I'm trying to remember something I shouldn't that time in that village I definitely. Calm down. Thud. What was it? It felt like something tremendously terrifying had happened just now. I sense Bong Meong looking at me. I see, you've already had 2 encounters. That's a sufficient answer. Thank you for responding. Quote. I'm confused. I kept my mouth shut throughout, yet this entity seemed to have gleaned something from my silence. As I struggle to understand, Bong Meong speaks to me. I've resolved my curiosity, so now you may ask whatever you're curious about. 6 seconds have already passed, so you'll need to ask everything within the next 4 seconds. 4 seconds. I momentarily wonder why, then remember that in the presence of an entity like Bong Meong, the concept of time is meaningless. If it's not too impolite to ask, if you're capable of warping time, why didn't you extend the 10 seconds to about 10 days instead? I ask, trying to steady my trembling voice. I am but a fragment, and the serving command arc I influence is a discarded immortal treasure. Therefore, the extent of distortion can only be so much. Can true immortals distort time? No. I quickly move past the unnecessary question. Now is the chance to ask something far more important than the abilities of true immortal. What exactly is an ender? Are there others like us? What enders are, only the enders themselves know. That's why I asked you earlier if you had realized your fate. Enders have been around far longer than even I have. Is Yang Su Jin the previous ender? Did he also reach the state of true immortal? Correct. He was as weak as you at the beginning of his story but managed to reach the limits of a true immortal by its end. What is a story? Fate. Fate. By any chance, the it searching for enders, is it you? Shish. Pop. Suddenly, my mouth disappears. Literally, my mouth is gone. It seems you have received a message left by a previous ender. But be careful with your words. Be careful with your thoughts. Be cautious even with what you bring to your mind. My encounter with you is the result of preparations before the immortal treasure, laid out through countless histories and arrangements, as well as a form of attraction, but the method your predecessor used is a miracle of improbable odds. My method is not as safe as the miracle of the ender. Somehow, if Bong Meong were an entity in human form, it's as if he is now placing his index finger to his lips, signaling me to keep quiet. Of course, I can't see him clearly since I can't look directly at him, but if this entity had a human-like appearance, I felt like that's what he would be doing. If you try to look at something, that something will also look closely back at you. Do not think. Do not recall. Do not speak carelessly. I've left this primordial darkness in the lowest floor specifically for safe conversation with an ender, so please do not open your mouth and invite calamity. Quote quote. Suddenly, my mouth is back. I haven't been reckless with my words outside. Good. Always be on guard, as the light in the 3000 worlds is a minion of that thing. In places where light shines, always keep your lips sealed. Light, you mean to keep my mouth shut forever. That might be wise in the early part of the story. I am astonished. Light, to be cautious of the light. The way he speaks as if the light is a living being. All the moments I had peacefully basked in the sunlight, bathed in the moonlight, and embraced the starlight suddenly became terrifying. So, is that why there is no light in this space? Why are you helping me, Your Eminence? Because enders create miracles. Quote question mark quote. A vague answer. But from Bong Myong's tone, I sense that he is not permitting any further questions. No, rather than sensing, it's more like he shows it. If you're willing to help, couldn't you assist directly? For example, granting a wish. A true immortal cannot directly give anything to an ender, except for misfortune. I can bestow as much calamity as you wish. Quote quote. Conveying information is the extent of the help I can offer. And even this is reaching its time limit. Bong Myong speaks. Choose your last question. Quote. Can you beings know all the abilities of enders? It's not impossible. Quote exclamation mark quote. Just when I am startled, my vision suddenly distorts. At the same time, I realize my body is melting away. Ah, I see. The reason I could have this conversation with this entity was because he permitted it. Originally, even facing a fragment rather than the main body should have resulted in immediate dissolution. As soon as our meeting ended, as soon as he diverted his attention, my body and soul themselves began to disintegrate like this. And as I melt into the surroundings, I'll return you to your original time. Hearing Bong Myong's voice, I lose consciousness. It's cold. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. I open my eyes wide and look around. Hookah. As soon as I open my mouth, the glow of life flows out. I look at my forearm. The number 100 is inscribed. It's still cold, but somehow I feel warm. Despite the deathly darkness and cold, it feels quite bright and warm for some reason. Why is that? Maybe it's because I've seen an even deeper and vast darkness. I think of the entity I just met. Wait, who did I meet? I can't remember his name, the name of that being. I remember everything about meeting him. But who he is seems to be erased from my mind. Shiver, shiver. It's terrifying. No, perhaps it's a relief that I've forgotten his name. If you look at something, that something will also look at you. If I keep remembering his name and keep thinking about it, he, too, will continue to look at me. Perhaps it's a form of mercy from such an incomprehensible entity towards a mortal like me. As I calmed my heart, a familiar golden light spread from above. Flash. The immortal beast blood fusion has ended. To the last remaining 100, the true blood of immortal beasts will be bestowed. It's Yu Ryan. Seeing her, I finally feel I have returned to reality. I hurriedly shout to her. How long has it been? How much time has passed since we were trapped here? It's been exactly 4 months and 12 days. It seems your sense of time has dulled from being trapped in the darkness. 4 months. Yu Ryan is not lying. That meant, during these 4 months, I experienced a decade. Within my veins, the azure spirit starlight quintessence great method that I had evolved over 10 years flows distinctly. And whether it was his consideration or not, the life force from the canvas of myriad forms and connections that I had consumed over the 10 years is only depleted for exactly 4 months' worth. It seems true immortals can't give something directly to me, but they can give such indirect gifts. True immortals are truly terrifying entities. I tremble, recalling the terrifying years spent in darkness without a single ray of light. He had said he prepared about 10 seconds because I had endured 10 years. That meant, if I could endure it, he could distort time for 100 years or even 1,000 years. No, let's not think any further. Even if I can't remember the name, if I keep thinking about him, he might look at me too. Although that entity was friendly to me, the mere fact that such an entity is looking at me is terrifying. Don't think about anything, for now just be grateful to be alive. With a sigh of relief, I followed Yu Ryan out of the lowest floor of Serving Command Arc. Thus, these promising members of the Earth tribe have proven capable of carrying on the lineage of the immortal beasts. Therefore, the highest council of the True Dragon Alliance has decided to award the participants of this immortal beast blood fusion. After the immortal beast blood fusion ended, being among the surviving 100, I silently recover my vital energy on the second floor of the Serving Command Arc, listening to Gyu Ryan's speech. But honestly, it doesn't feel very real. Maybe I've gone mad in the cold and darkness, and everything I'm seeing now could just be an illusion. The presence of him was too overwhelming to bear with a sane mind. I can understand why Jeon Myung-hoon went mad. Such a being, not with kindness but deliberately spreading malice and inflicting divine punishment. It would be enough to drive someone like Jeon Myung-hoon completely insane. Suddenly, thinking of their presence, the goal of stealing the Heavenly Lightning Banner feels unspeakably terrifying. What if, while trying to steal the Heavenly Lightning Banner, I end up directly facing such an entity? Can I really remain unbroken? Is it really right to pursue this goal? Can I, even after seeing a true immortal? That's when, thud, Seo Weol places his hand on my shoulder. With a gentle smile, he praised me. Congratulations. Now that you can receive the true blood of an immortal beast, you will truly become a member of our Earth tribe. His smile is still unpleasant. After choosing and accepting the true blood, I will give you the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation, the superior version of the Summoning Wind, True Blood Transformation you were given last time. Mastering the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation will allow you to quickly assimilate the true blood of immortal beasts into your body and elevate your realm. Haha, I'm grateful for your grace. I force a smile. Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation. Just hearing the name made it clear Seo Weol prepared a nasty surprise for me. Suggesting the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation, his intentions are filled with vile schemes. Your colleague, Ohai Seo, is also excellently practicing the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation I taught. If you learn the same technique, you will be able to grow quickly just like her. Ah, I realize something. With gratitude as vast as the sea, I am forever thankful. I can tell, Ohai Seo is definitely not in a normal state, and if I were to learn the technique called Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation that she is practicing, that would mark the start of my slavery under Seo Weol. That's how it is. Participant Seo Un-hyeon, come forward. Gyu Ryan calls my name among the survivors. On the stage where the survivors of the immortal beast blood fusion are being selected, drops of true blood are prepared, and I just have to go up and choose one to receive. I smile at Seo Weol, who is grinning behind me. Truly, I'm sincerely grateful, Sir Seo Weol. Haha, not at all. It's all due to your effort. I let all the sweet nothings Seo Weol spouted go in one ear and out the other. But at this moment, my gratitude towards Seo Weol is genuine. Thank you, Seo Weol. For a moment, I nearly forgot my purpose, being chased by the terrifying existence known as a true immortal. But seeing Seo Weol's scheming brought me back to my senses, his unique brand of nastiness sobering me up. Disgust overcame fear. I will steal the Heavenly Lightning Banner, no matter what. I don't have good feelings for Jeon Myung-hoon. But seeing him, who always thought he was better than everyone else, losing everything and crying pitifully, reminded me of myself in the past. To bear such a painful heart essence should only be for the Mad Lord and Seo Weol. And isn't it enough with just me? If Jeon Myung-hoon goes mad and rampages, countless humans and even devils will be slaughtered by the lightning harbinger Jeon Myung-hoon. I can prevent the tragedy that starts with Jeon Myung-hoon. I'll steal the Heavenly Lightning Banner and I've decided to firmly put it into Seo Weol's pocket, who constantly engages in disgusting schemes. The memory of my conversation with him is terrifyingly horrific and dreadful. Shouldn't such a wonderful experience be shared? I will definitely let Seo Weol know. Thank you, Seo Weol. Thanks to you, I've regained my focus. Leaving Seo Weol behind, I step onto the stage and stand before Gyu Ryan. As a survivor of the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion, you may choose one of the 7 Immortal Beast True Bloods. Which one will you choose? Droplets of blood float before me. Each droplet represents a different Immortal Beast. The Immortal Beast Black Dragon. The Immortal Beast Supreme Tiger. The Immortal Beast Azure Pung. The Immortal Beast Lustrous Glaze Peacock. The Immortal Beast Yin Ghost Black Turtle. The Immortal Beast Mountain Destroying Demon Ape. The Immortal Beast White Winged Heavenly Pegasus. I will Spiritual energy gathers on each droplet of blood, and the forms of immortal beasts flicker above them. The shape of a dragon with black scales, the figure of a massive tiger, the appearance of an azure pung. The form of a peacock in 7 colors, the figure of a black turtle commanding ghosts, the appearance of a monkey with mountains sprouting all over its body, and the shape of a horse with white wings pass over the droplets of blood. I will choose this. I pointed at one of the droplets of blood. Author's note: a minor setting collection that does not have a significant impact on the plot. The relationships between the immortal beasts appearing in the regressor's tale. The black dragon and the supreme tiger do not get along and fight whenever they meet. These two beasts generally do not get along with most other beasts and growl whenever they meet. The azure pung tries to eat the offspring of the black dragon upon meeting and flees from the supreme tiger due to being overpowered. It gets along with all other immortal beasts except for the lustrous glaze peacock. The azure pung tries to kill the lustrous glaze peacock upon meeting, while the lustrous glaze peacock tries to lay its eggs when meeting the azure pung. Not just with the azure pung, but it also desires to mate with the supreme tiger, the black dragon, the mountain-destroying demon ape, and the white-winged heavenly Pegasus, making it the most ill-reputed among the beasts. However, it avoids the yin ghost black turtle as its yin energy does not benefit its eggs. The yin ghost black turtle, when meeting the mountain-destroying demon ape, brings ghosts to have a joyous time together. It is a welcome figure among immortal beasts with strong yin energy but is shunned by those with strong yang energy. The mountain-destroying demon ape and the white-winged heavenly Pegasus, due to the nature of the powers they possess, inevitably cause natural disasters when they meet, regardless of whether their relationship is good or bad. These two immortal beasts always maintain a neutral relationship with other immortal beasts. Chapter 186. The Tribe of the Earth 6. What I chose was the true blood of the black dragon. It was an obvious decision. After all, to infiltrate within the dragon race, it will be most advantageous to receive and refine the blood of the same dragon race. Moreover, the black dragon symbolizes the supreme yin and controls the power of water, being an immortal beast, which allows me to walk with my head held high within the sea dragon race, a branch of the black dragon race. Furthermore, receiving the true blood of the black dragon would provide an opportunity to delve into the secrets of the black dragon king Hyeonium and also establish a relationship with the mystical scaled fish commanding sect, which is set to be the vanguard against the devil realm invasion by the human race Grand Alliance. The benefits of obtaining just one drop of the black dragon's true blood are not limited to just 1 or 2. Of course, by accepting the true blood of the black dragon, there is also a possibility that the black dragon king can influence me in return, but honestly, he's not so frightening. The truly fearsome are not such beings. Thinking about the sense of fear when meeting him compared to the pressure when meeting the black dragon king, I believe I can overcome any influence the black dragon king might try to exert. Through his blood. Yes, the true blood of the black dragon, that's a good choice. Yu Ryan smiles warmly, as if proud of me for choosing the true blood of the same dragon race. After receiving a drop of the black dragon's true blood, I step down from the platform. Seo Whale also smiles warmly at me, showering me with good wishes. Indeed, you have an exceptional eye. In the Earth tribe, there's no power as revered as that of the dragon race. You've made a choice you won't regret. Moreover, with the power of the black dragon, it will perfectly match the summoning wind, true blood transformation. I am thankful for your kindness. Good, as soon as you return to the Sea Dragon Palace, I will do my utmost to assist you in quickly refining the true blood of the black dragon. Do my utmost to help, my foot. But outwardly, I just smile back, not showing my true feelings in return. I am always grateful for Sir Seo Whale's kindness. Help me as soon as we return. Sorry, but that's not going to happen. Because 4 months before participating in the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion, I had already sown the seeds. It's about time for news to start coming in. No, the Sea Dragon King will hear the news as soon as he arrives at the Sea Dragon Palace. I had deliberately manipulated things so that we will receive the news at that time. I returned to the Sea Dragon Palace with the other Sea Dragons, smiling alongside Seo Whale after receiving the dragon's true blood. Now, since such a joyous event has occurred in our Sea Dragon race, I'm thinking of throwing a big feast this time. Oh, and, just when Seo Whale rambles on, he suddenly discovers that countless members of the Sea Dragon race are outside Cloudheart Lake, where the Sea Dragon Palace is located. What brings you all out here? Well, that is, one of the elders of the Sea Dragon race, looking anxious, bows his head in embarrassment. Quote. A thief has infiltrated the Sea Dragon Palace and has stolen various precious treasures from around the palace. How could a mere thief infiltrate the Sea Dragon Palace? That, I am ashamed to say. We are all out doing our utmost to investigate, but first, tell me the extent of the treasures stolen from the Sea Dragon Palace. Quote. The entire internal treasury of the Sea Dragon Palace has been plundered. Quote. What? Seo Whale's eyes narrow. He transforms into his human form and, with a stern expression, looks around at the elders. Are you saying that unheard of thieves easily moved in and out, stealing from the Sea Dragon Palace which you, as heavenly being stage elders, are supposed to guard as securely as a fortress? His tone, previously respectful towards the race's elders, shifts as if he is addressing his own subordinates. It seems to me that this is not the work of an external thief, but rather, there is a thief within our own ranks, or perhaps someone who colluded with them. All of you must take responsibility for this situation where the entire internal treasury has vanished. Quote. We are deeply ashamed. For the first time, I see Seo Whale in a furious state, unlike any demeanor I had seen from him before. But internally, I sneer. He's just pretending to be angry. He's not really disturbed. Seo Whale doesn't seem to genuinely regret the loss of his treasury. It's more so that he is merely using this incident as a pretext to discipline his subordinates. His heart is filled with malice, but he lacks greed. I observe Seo Whale closely. But instead of greed, he is skilled at using such opportunities to enhance his political power. He will probably be busy sorting out the Sea Dragon Palace's internal affairs for a while using this incident as a pretext. That is enough for me. If I can buy just a few days, I can refine the Black Dragon's true blood to the extent that I won't need Seo Whale's help. From the beginning, the thieves who entered the Sea Dragon Palace were those I had brought in. To the numerous aquatic demon beasts who lost dominion over Cloud Heart Lake to the Sea Dragon race, I had merely opened the doors of various parts of the Sea Dragon Palace completely under my control and handed over maps detailing the palace's layout. Already discontent with the Sea Dragon race, they must have eagerly stolen during Seo Whale's absence at the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion, given the opportunity I created. With such an incident occurring in the Sea Dragon Palace, even Seo Whale himself can't focus on me immediately. Sure enough, he looks at me and says, "It can't be helped, I will look after your practice 3 days later. In the meantime, do not rashly attempt to refine the Black Dragon's true blood, and try your best to enhance your vitality." Understood. Seo Whale leaves to discuss the issue of the Sea Dragon Palace's internal treasury with the Sea Dragon race's elders, and I enter the Sea Dragon Palace, first deactivating the blood body skin armor I had been wearing during the Immortal Beast Blood Fusion. Swish. The flesh that had been integrated with my body falls off and forms a figure with a splashing sound. It's Yuan Yu. I have Yuan Yu bring ink, a brush, and high-quality silk used for sending letters in the bright cold realm. Despite having the convenient method of voice transmission, sending a letter is something done when one wishes to present oneself in the best possible light to someone of higher status. Now that I've bought 3 days, I must find a way to escape Seo Whale's grasp during this time. It's already been 10 months since I returned. Thanks to Seo Whale's recommendation, I am a clear member of the Sea Dragon race. However, Seo Whale deliberately prevented me from leaving the Sea Dragon Palace on the pretext that I hadn't even reached the Chi building stage. While I had control over the inner workings of the Sea Dragon Palace, being unable to leave meant I had no interactions with others outside of the Sea Dragon race and a few aquatic demon races near the palace. Even if I were to learn techniques like the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation in the future, I might be able to leave the Sea Dragon Palace, but escaping Seo Whale's influence will be impossible. It's time to leave the Sea Dragon Palace. I send a letter to Gu Ryan, the only Dragon race member besides Seo Whale with whom I am acquainted. To the respected Senior Gu Ryan. This lacking Junior Seo sends this letter. Thanks to Senior Gu Ryan's care, Sir Seo Whale, all members of the Sea Dragon race, and I have settled well at Cloud Heart Lake and are diligently cultivating in peace. Sir Seo Whale cannot express enough how grateful he is to Senior Gu Ryan. The reason for sending this inconvenient letter is to kindly request your assistance in refining the Black Dragon's true blood that I obtained by participating in the Immortal Blood Beast Fusion. From the first meeting, I have always admired the dragon-like demeanor of Senior Gu Ryan, and since Senior Gu Ryan is a benefactor to me and the Sea Dragon race I belong to, it would be a matter of great gratitude to the heavens if Senior Gu Ryan could assist in the refinement of the Black Dragon's true blood. If Senior Gu Ryan assists in refining the Black Dragon's true blood, I would like to offer 20,000 spirit stones, 100 caddies of azure sea stone, 10 caddies of 5-colored salt, 7 pieces of scarlet coral, and the scales shed by Sir Seo Weol as a token of gratitude, which I received as a reward from Sir Seo Weol for assisting him in his duties within the Sea Dragon Palace. Moreover, as someone who has gained the trust of Sir Seo Weol and has been bestowed with numerous treasures, after refining the Black Dragon's true blood, I plan to invite Senior Gyu Ryan to the Sea Dragon Palace based on this favor. Sir Seo Weol also desires to meet Senior Gyu Ryan to inquire about the insights of cultivation, but it has always been difficult to arrange a suitable occasion for this. Therefore, I will create an opportunity to share insights with one another. Hence, I humbly ask for your favor in assisting this junior in purifying the true blood. From your lacking junior, Seo. The moment Gyu Ryan first saw Seo Weol, it was clear that she was smitten, and during the last immortal beast blood fusion, it was evident to me that she harbored a secret affection for him, unnoticed by anyone else. With such a substantial offering, there's no reason for her to refuse. Of course, these weren't rewards given by Seo Weol but, naturally, the spoils I would receive from the aquatic demon races after handing over the map of the Sea Dragon Palace and unlocking its protective barriers for them to steal treasures in exchange. The demon beast races will secretly distribute the treasures among themselves by tomorrow. After folding the silk letter, I head to the dragon communication pond located somewhere within the Sea Dragon Palace. The dragon communication pond is a means of communication within the dwellings of the dragon race, used for holding meetings or exchanging messages over long distances among dragons. Wo Wang, standing in front of the brightly shining pond, I lift the silk letter and take out the jade bottle containing the immortal beast true blood bestowed by Gyu Ryan. The dragon communication pond is designed so that it cannot be used by anyone other than dragons, to secure conversations shared among the dragon race. It requires the infusion of a dragon's essence to operate. Of course, Wo Wang, as I infuse the energy from the jade bottle containing the immortal beast's true blood into the dragon communication pond, the pond shines brightly and displays the dragons connected to the Sea Dragon Palace's dragon communication pond. The most frequently contacted dragon's forms appear prominently in the pond, with the largest being the form of the Black Dragon King Hyeonium, followed by a few Sea Dragon race elders living outside the Sea Dragon Palace, then the 4-axis stage cultivators of the Black Dragon race, and the Heavenly Being stage elders. It seems there's quite frequent communication with the Black Dragon race. Next to the figure of a Heavenly Being stage elder of the Black Dragon race is Gyu Ryan's figure. Gyu Ryan, connect. TSST. Gyu Ryan's form enlarges as the dragon communication pond connects to the one in her abode. Transmit. Wo Wang, I drop the neatly folded silk onto the pond connected to Gyu Ryan's dragon communication pond. PFF'd. The pond shines and transmits the silk to Gyu Ryan's pond. After deactivating the dragon communication pond, I manipulate the Sea Dragon Palace to erase any records of my using the pond and return to my room. A response should arrive within 3 days. About 2 days passed. Kugugugu. Above the Sea Dragon Palace, the massive figure of Gyu Ryan appears. Feeling Gyu Ryan's energy, I fly above the Sea Dragon Palace, and she, who had been searching for something with her face pressed against the barrier, transforms into her human form with bright eyes upon seeing me. Pot. Transformed into a woman dressed in robes, she enters inside the barrier and stands before me, saying, Hem, is it really true? The things written in the letter. Seeing her face turn red as she fiddles with her hands and asks me, I feel a twinge of guilt. It feels a bit wrong to use someone in love like this. Nonetheless, seeing her makes it clear. Gyu Ryan definitely has feelings for Seo Weol. Yes, of course. And please, don't mention the contents of the letter to Sir Seo Weol. I want to surprise him as well. Haha. I understand. That sounds good. I'll do that. She nods her head, and in the meantime, the Sea Dragon race elders quickly fly to the Sea Dragon Palace upon her arrival. Isn't that Senior Gyu Ryan? What brings you to the Sea Dragon Palace? She coughs and gestures towards me. This child here has received the Black Dragon's true blood in the immortal beast blood fusion. It's very commendable that a human would try to continue the lineage of an immortal beast like the Black Dragon, so I came personally to assist with the refinement of the true blood. I see. The Sea Dragon race elders seem perplexed but nod in acceptance. However, their eyes betray their confusion about why she would go to such lengths to help someone like me, a mere human. Just then, Seo Weol appears on the scene with a smile. What a warm-hearted gesture from Senior Gu Ryan to take care of a member of the sea dragon race like this. I'm deeply moved. Ah, Seo Whale has also arrived. Well, even though he's a human and has yet to reach a significant cultivation realm, he possesses a consciousness of the nascent soul stage and has chosen the Black Dragon's true blood. It's only natural for me to help such a talent. She tries not to show her embarrassment in front of Seo Whale, controlling her heartbeat to maintain a calm complexion as she speaks. Yet, to me, it's clear her affection for Seo Whale is barely contained. I'm always grateful to Senior Gu Ryan. Seo Eun-yun, whom I'm considering as my direct disciple, is a brilliant talent of our race. It would be a great favor if Senior could assist with the refinement. Seo Whale allows her to help with my refinement without objecting. But, in the next moment, Seo Whale gently holds Gu Ryan's hand with both of his, smiling softly. Seeing Senior Gu Ryan care so much for our sea dragon race and treat Seo Eun-yun, whom I cherish, with such warmth overflows my heart with gratitude. If Senior wishes, the refinement of Eun-yun's true blood can be conducted within the Sea Dragon Palace. I will arrange a place for it, and perhaps we could share a cup of tea occasionally. It's my wish to express gratitude since I find no other way to do so. .. Exclamation mark. When Seo Whale held her hand, Gu Ryan failed to control her heartbeat, and her face turned explosively red. And I bit my lip inwardly. Damn, the whole point of getting Gu Ryan to take me to her abode and assist with the refinement of the true blood was to escape Seo Whale's influence. If she accepts Seo Whale's proposal to help with my refinement within the Sea Dragon Palace, it will be problematic. I was counting on the dragon race's tendency to prefer handling matters within their own domain. This plan was based on the characteristics of the dragon race I learned while living with Seo Ran, practicing the summoning wind dragon transformation in his abode. But if things go as Seo Whale suggested, just then, sorry, but recently, the slaves in my domain have started a rebellion, and I need to suppress them. It seems a bit difficult to accommodate your request. Ah, that's unfortunate. Indeed, I've also been troubled recently, as thieves broke into the Sea Dragon Palace and plundered our internal treasury. It seems your situation, Senior Gu Ryan, is not unlike mine. Indeed, the atmosphere has been quite uneasy lately. There are reports of ominous vibes from the dimensional barriers of the Blood Yin realm, and the activities of the Heart tribe are becoming increasingly active. It's truly a tumultuous time, and it seems Senior Gu Ryan is facing difficulties, so, we of the Sea Dragon race will dispatch some of our members to your domain to assist with quelling the rebellion. Really? Yes, as I mentioned before, the recent break-in makes it feel all too similar. Using the excuse of similarity, Seo Whale assigned a few members of the Sea Dragon race to Gu Ryan. Though the pretext is assisting Gu Ryan in suppressing the rebellion, the intention is clear. They're meant to keep an eye on me. Indeed, even after managing to escape his influence, Seo Whale's insistence on attaching surveillance is truly exasperating. Then, having caught such a fortunate opportunity for Senior Gu Ryan to assist you, I hope you refine the true blood of the Black Dragon well. Pat pat. Seo Whale pats my shoulder, encouraging me, and while pretending to do so, he slyly infuses spiritual energy into my identity plaque, obviously tampering with it. As soon as I arrive at Gu Ryan's domain, I'll have to stash away this identity plaque somewhere. Thinking so, I bid Seo Whale farewell and set off with Gu Ryan to her domain. After flying for about half an hour, we arrive at Gu Ryan's domain, a picturesque landscape filled with rugged mountains. Between the mountains, white clouds linger, giving off the feel of a realm where immortals live. Her abode is located in a cave on the highest peak among the mountains. Now, come down here for now. And, you said you are warriors from the Sea Dragon race. Gu Ryan addresses the young nascent soul stage sea dragons who followed us. Although they're from a slave race, the ones in my domain have caused quite a widespread rebellion, so everyone will need to put in some effort. We will keep that in mind. Though they have rebelled, they are still my property, so try to avoid a massacre and focus on capturing the leaders of the rebellion. Yes, then, I will proceed to assist Seo Eun-yun with the refinement of his true blood. Smiling, I speak up in front of Gu Ryan. No, as a member of the Sea Dragon race, I can't just watch the warriors struggle. I will also follow them to suppress the rebellion. What? Hearing my words, one of the sea dragons widens his eyes in surprise. The suppression of the rebellion is just a pretext. In reality, they were sent to monitor me. If that's the case, I might as well remove their pretext. Ah, truly a loyal talent. though human, showing such dedication to the sea dragon race. Yu Ryan nods, pleased with my attitude. Go and assist them. It's good to see someone taking the initiative to help the faction's cause, even if from a different race. Though still at the chi building stage, having endured the immortal beast blood fusion, your vitality and strength should be comparable to a nascent soul cultivator. Yes, I've always wanted to repay Senior Yu Ryan for the kindness she has shown to the sea dragon race, however small the gesture might be. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. She smiles more warmly at my words, and the sea dragon warriors appear about to say something but instead bite their lips. Wo Wang, she raises a golden sphere of spiritual energy above her hand. Follow this sphere, and it will lead you to the area of my domain where the rebellion is happening. I hope you can suppress it and return. Quote. Yes. The 3 sea dragon race warriors nod and fly out of the cave. I sought permission from one of the warriors and climbed onto his back. Then, I'll be back soon, Senior Yu Ryan. Go on, then. Just before the sea dragon warrior uses the flying escape technique, she seems to remember something and says, ah, yes, although they are a weaker slave race with their maximum power at the chi building stage, be careful. With nascent soul stage power, including this junior, there are 4 of us. No matter how numerous or widespread the rebellion, it's merely a bit troublesome. Senior Yu Ryan should not worry. No, I've heard that a member of the Heart tribe has appeared among the slave race. At her words, my eyes narrow sharply. Even though I've heard that they are weak, only reaching the core formation stage in power. Still, the Heart tribe is known for using peculiar and profound abilities, so everyone be careful. Chapter 187. The Tribe of the Earth 7. Heart Tribe. Surprised, I hastily turn around, but by now, the sea dragon warriors are already flying swiftly through the sky, following the trail of light sent by Yu Ryan, and the distance between us and Yu Ryan quickly widens. Hold on, how about asking Senior Yu about the Heart tribe? I hastily speak to the sea dragon warriors, but they respond indifferently. Didn't you hear something about the Heart tribe or whatever being at the core formation stage? Let's just go quickly. No, I am about to say 1 or 2 things to the sea dragon warriors, but then remember that it hasn't even been a year since we ascended. Single quote. Did they still not know how much the Heart tribe is feared and revered in the bright cold realm? Thinking about it, talking about the bright cold realm when it hasn't even been a year since our ascension is pointless. No choice then, I'll have to leave them be. Following the orb of light sent by Yu Ryan, I think about the still naive sea dragon warriors. I'll leave them be, and while they suppress the rebellion, I'll meet the Heart tribe. I've heard about the Heart tribe before, but what exactly they do? And what exactly is the Heart Path method, is what I need to find out. It's time to understand more about them. Let's meet them and find out what they're about. Whoosh, how many landscapes have I passed? Flash, the light sent by Yu Ryan explodes over a massive mountain range. This place is. The explosion of light means we have reached our destination. The largest long spirit wood flower farm in the dragon race territory. The scene beyond the mountain range is breathtaking. The vast farm in front of me, absorbing sunlight and shining brightly, seems to be spitting out white flames. No, it isn't just a feeling. Around the flowers of the white plants in Yu Ryan's farm, there is indeed a flame-like white spiritual energy flickering. Long spirit wood flower, or also known as the everlasting flower, these white blossoms produce the essential cotton used in the majority of clothing worn by cultivators in the bright cold realm. For many cultivators, surpassing the chi building stage often results in their clothes being torn to shreds or becoming rags due to battles. While high-level cultivators can create clothing through spells, those of lower levels have to change into spare clothes or walk around naked, which is quite inconvenient. Hoping for intact clothing in the constantly warring bright cold realm is laughably naive. Thus, many cultivators quietly worried about clothing, and 3 solutions emerged. Learning spells to weave clothes from spiritual energy. Wearing clothes that can restore themselves even after being torn or burnt. Overcoming the embarrassment and walking around naked. The third option, while humorous, was surprisingly adopted by many, including Azure Tiger Saint. But it is chosen only by those who are very confident in their abilities. Anyway, the first option is only feasible for high-level cultivators. The second option, enchanting clothes with restoration spells, was chosen by many, including both high and low-level cultivators. The main material used to make such self-restoring clothes is precisely the long spirit wood flower. Clothes made from long spirit wood flower can be regenerated by infusing a single remaining piece with spiritual energy, even if they were completely torn or burnt, making them extremely useful. The main ingredient, the long spirit wood flower, which thrives only in areas abundant in spiritual energy, has a unique property of continuous regeneration when its cotton is harvested with spells by high-level cultivators, ensuring a never-ending supply. Thus, cultivators who grow long spirit wood flowers often enslave weaker races as cotton slaves to manage the harvest. Whoosh, whoosh, as I look at the cotton field, contemplating the long spirit wood flower. From afar, a crimson flame is engulfing the cotton field. Is that the rebel army? None of them even seem to have reached the chi refining stage. Behind the flames, an enormous presence can be felt, a truly terrifying number. How many are there? Now, let's go down. Everyone, suppress the slaves on your own, kill all the leaders of the rebellion, and then report to Senior Gu. Will do. The sea dragon warrior carrying me shakes his head, dropping me off before flying away. The sea dragon warriors, paying no heed to me, swiftly fly towards the numerous demon beasts to suppress them. I watch them for a moment before looking at the slave races setting the cotton field on fire. The Heart tribe is said to be here. Being at the core formation level must surely mean the prowess of beyond the path to heavens. Though I am still confused about what the Heart tribe is, I can at least speculate after hearing from Jangik and witnessing his strike. Surely, members of the Heart tribe can recognize each other at first sight. Bang, bang, I kick off through the air, heading towards the flames. There, the races committing arson are not just one or two. Numerous races are mingling, setting fires. The races of the bright cold realm live exposed to the dense spiritual energy of the bright cold realm, hence the majority are born with the strength of at least the chi refining stage. Yet, even in the bright cold realm, there are those who are weak. Those whose natural bodies are too frail to properly absorb the dense spiritual energy of the bright cold realm, unable to learn demon beast methods. And those who could not find a sacrifice method, thus unable to learn the heaven tribe or earth tribe methods. Such people, classified as weaker races in the bright cold realm, are often captured by the heaven and earth tribes to be enslaved or used as elixirs. The numerous races currently setting fire are likely those weaker slave races working in Gu Ryan's farm. Just when I think so. Zing, suddenly, the tension sharply rises. A feeling as if my neck can be sliced open at any moment. A sense predicting murderous intent, akin to future foresight. This is not just any killing intent. Heart language. It's the heart language exchanged between warriors who have reached the realm of beyond the path to heavens. Someone is speaking through heart language. No, asking, who are you? Zap, zap, this is. I smile, accepting the sensation given by the heart language. Following that sensation, I look towards the place where this heart language is sent from. Gu Ryan's information seems to be incorrect. Not beyond the path to heavens, but treading heavens. Kugugugu. From afar, 3 sea dragon warriors are gasping for breath. I shout at them, avoid it, there's a Heart tribe member over there. However, despite clearly hearing my shout, they ignore it and spew rays of light from their mouths. And the next moment, flash, swoosh, a crimson stream, a sunset-colored river wave, blocking the breath of the sea dragon warriors. Ah, I can feel it. The one who blocked the attack of those 3 nascent soul stage sea dragon warriors is definitely in the treading heavens realm. I suppress the excitement climbing up my spine, intending to run towards that direction. However, just as I am about to run over there, shriek, chill, I quickly step backward, retreating with a light-footed technique at the sudden sense of ominousness invading my mind. Quagwagwong. The next moment, a huge valley appears right where I was about to cross. I need to complain to Senior Gu. Not just one Heart tribe member, but 2. No, maybe Senior Gu only managed to ascertain 1 till now. Wo Wang. From afar, a scarlet river of sunset is flowing, sweeping along 3 sea dragon warriors like a tide. They appear as if 3 snakes are trapped in a sunset-colored sea. That side is undoubtedly in the treading heavens realm, yet the sensation unique to the treading heavens realm is not something I can detect with either demon beast methods or heaven tribe methods. Detection doesn't work, huh? Seems like they don't know either. Step, step, I look at a figure emerging from the cotton field, a bipedal goat with white fur. Are you the core formation stage Heart tribe member Senior Gu mentioned? The creature is definitely a beyond the path to heavens level expert. I look at what this goat demon is holding. A whip. It's a thin leather whip. A thin whip used for lashing slaves. However, strangely, on the forehead of this goat demon holding a whip meant for beating slaves, there is a clear mark of a slave. The goat demon with the slave mark on their forehead has an overall gentle and rounded appearance. The fur itself seems incredibly fluffy and soft, and the eyes exude a clear and soft temperament. Moreover, due to its small stature, it looks quite cute at first glance. But I swallow my saliva as I observe them. Underneath the fur, I can't count how many scars there are. Beneath the soft and cute fur, there are marks like whiplashes densely packed like rain streaks. A formidable opponent indeed. I raise my tension and ask, "Are you from the Heart tribe?" Quote. Is the Heart Path method what you practice? Quote. Your Heart tribe. And then, me. The creature cries out and lashes the whip. Quagwagwong. Quote. Again, a valley forms where the whip strikes. Ah, I see. Am I an idiot? I realize as I watch the Heart tribe member cry out. The demon language I am using is a universal language among demons, but now that I think about it, these Heart tribe members wouldn't have the Earth tribe's vision, naturally not learning the demon language. Hey, I asked if you were from the Heart tribe. I once again speak to it using mental language, which operates on consciousness. Can you tell me what the Heart Path method is? How does your Heart tribe distinguish levels of attainment? What enlightenment have you achieved? Finally, I got a proper response from them. You've been babbling to yourself all this time. Are you trying to compete with words? Ha, I wonder why. Despite being insulted by an opponent of a lower realm than myself, I don't feel bad at all. Instead, I grab the air with a bright smile. My apologies. No more words are needed. Boong. Tearing through the air, I surge the formless sword throughout my body, not drawing upon demon beast methods. Nor do I awaken the nascent soul, forcibly sealing the ability to perceive planes. After sealing all heaven and earth tribe methods, I charge at them while maintaining a pure state of treading heavens. Indeed, is the Heart Path method a martial art? Today, I shall find the answer. My attack collides with that of the goat. Coo-goo-goo-goo. The Scarlet River swallows the Sea Dragon warriors. The three warriors gasp for breath as they face their opponent. They can't identify who it is. The techniques being used are also unknown. Even the main body's location can't be detected. Yet the perceived size of the consciousness feels infinitely small. What is this? Who is this person? The eldest among the Sea Dragon warriors, the veteran. Jeongyuk summons the storm, filling the surrounding sky as he clenches his teeth. Kurring, Kururung. Dark clouds infuse the Sea Dragon warriors with strength. Normally, they would become immortal warriors who do not tire until their energy runs out, but facing this entity, they feel like they are barely clinging to life with these techniques. So you're the leader of the rebellion. I haven't heard of a nascent soul stage rebel force. Jeongyuk throws out any statement to probe the opponent. But the opponent does not react. He tries various offers and questions to probe the opponent but is met with silence. Jeongyuk starts to grow anxious. If this continues, our energy will be completely depleted. Senior Gyu hasn't arrived yet, and to end like this. Just then, the owner of this domain, the 4-axis stage Earth tribe member, hasn't shown up. Jeongyuk brightens up upon hearing the opponent murmur. Right, they may do well against opponents of the same realm, but it seems they lack confidence when facing higher-level cultivators. Jeongyuk shouts with a feigned stern expression. We are just the vanguard. Within half an hour, Elder Gyu Ryan of the True Dragon Alliance will arrive. We may not be able to defeat you, but we can hold you off until then. Jeongyuk signals to the other Sea Dragon race warriors to draw up their energy as if to bind the presence before them within a barrier immediately. Having done this much, surely they'll be flustered and try to retreat. That's when we will temporarily retreat and ask for help from Senior Gyu. Everyone, surround that. And then, the owner of the Scarlet River chuckles. Such bravado. I take it the 4-axis monster isn't coming. Haha, if you want to believe that. Did you think I wouldn't notice you rolling your eyes and exchanging opinions? Kiki, you've been anxious from the start. Indeed, the 4-axis hasn't shown up. The 4-axis hasn't arrived, but Jeongyuk quickly thinks of a way out. We are warriors of the Sea Dragon race. We came prepared to die to suppress you, the Heart tribe. If our situation becomes dire, we have techniques prepared to self-destruct. That's a lie. Foolish as it may be, even if we don't self-destruct, the human ally that came with us is closely related to us. If he exerts his full strength, he can unleash power at the heavenly being stage. If we find ourselves in danger, he will That also seems like a lie. So suspicious. But no matter how much you doubt, it doesn't change the truth. However, think about it. A senior of the 4-axis stage is on her way here. We came prepared with a self-destruction technique, and in fact, having that human ally means we actually have an advantage over you. Moreover, we were ordered to capture those who started the rebellion alive, so we were only fighting moderately. Being distant relatives of the Black Dragon race, we can draw a considerable amount of power from the ancestral blood of the Black Dragon. My goodness, everything except the words, capture alive, and, distant relatives of the Black Dragon race, is a lie. You aren't sea dragons but bragging dragons. Did you introduce yourselves incorrectly? Quote. Jeong-yuk glares at his opponent. What in the world? It feels like his heart is being read. He knows nothing about his opponent, but the opponent seems to be reading him in real time, an eerie discomfort. You seem displeased. Getting more afraid, aren't you? Quote. Not just Jeong-yuk, but the other sea dragon warriors who share his thoughts turn pale. It's clear. The entity before them can easily read their innermost thoughts. That discomfort and fear. Jeong-yuk had seen such a being only once before. Mad Lord, Jo Yeon. A lunatic who had controlled 2 4-axis stage puppets from the lower realm. The sensation of having one's soul pierced through was something he had only felt in the presence of that person. Of course, Jeong-yuk did not believe the mad old man could read his thoughts, but there was something in common between the uncomfortable feeling given by the Mad Lord's transparent eyes and this current discomfort. The problem with you heaven and earth tribes is this. Always, when facing the threat of death, you desperately do anything to survive. It's not necessarily bad, but wouldn't it be normal to have 1 or 2 who stick to their convictions? Have I only been dealing with small fries? You are. Enough, shut up. I'm not interested in playing with you fools anymore, and that guy over there seems somewhat interesting. The Scarlet River seems to laugh with a giggle. Jeong-yuk tries to say something, but the next moment, he clenches his teeth as he sees the Scarlet Wave rushing at him without a word. Damn it, are you determined to see this through to the end? Ha ha ha, you think you can last till the end with me? Seeing that you don't know much about the Hard Tribe, you must have only recently ascended. Remember this well, the Hard Tribe, if you want to catch them, you must dig a good trap and not confront them with excessive force. With the power of your heaven and earth tribes, it will never be easy. At that moment, Jeong-yuk hears a ringing in his ears. It's the sound of singing. This is. As soon as he recognizes the song, Jeong-yuk feels the strength draining from his body. Not just a sensation, but his life force and spiritual energy are actually being siphoned away. Ah, no, what? To die like this? So absurdly. Jeong-yuk blankly watches as life force drains out of his body. Life is not under control. Chi is not under his control, scattering absurdly easily. To die so easily. Your mistake was first and foremost, not knowing about the Hard Tribe. And that I'm someone who has seen your heaven and earth tribes so annoyingly often. That's about it. Farewell. Thwong. With the sound like a string being snapped, Jeong-yuk loses consciousness. With that, Jeong-yuk died. As simply and vainly as one would swat a bug. The 3 warriors of the Sea Dragon race died like this. And the owner of the Scarlet River turns their gaze elsewhere, where a loud explosion is occurring. Quagwong, quagwagwong. The earth trembles, dust clouds rise, and a long whip flies in all directions. As the whip extends, an invisible formless sword swings like a whip. Seo Eun-yun charges at the goat, raising both arms and exerting force on his lower abdomen, back, and shoulders. For an instant, his muscles seem to swell, and the formless sword strikes down towards the goat. The goat is no easy opponent. The goat swings the whip from lower right to upper left. In that moment, the ghost infuses chi into the whip with a twist of the wrist. Simultaneously, the weight of the whip changes, shaking off Seo Eun-yun's formless sword. Quack! As the goat twists its wrist again, the weight of the whip becomes as light as a feather, and the whip quickly retracts at an astonishing speed. Spat! Seo Eun-yun swings his sword, and the goat swings their whip. A whip that changes weight, a sword that changes shape. Their exchange appears evenly matched at a glance. Peesht, peesht, peesht. But beneath the goat's white fur, cuts are gradually grazing it. The goat's wrists, thumb, index finger, pinky, ribcage, solar plexus, navel, instep, heel, calf. Swoosh, swoosh. These are the wounds on the goat's body from Seo Eun-yun's 2 movements. The goat understands. Their opponent is going easy on them. No, More accurately, they are being guided. Initially, it seemed like he was cautiously pressing the goat, testing something as if to gauge the goat's strength. But at some point, there were several occasions when he could have split the goat's head open but chose to spare him. Unlike the goat, whose body is already reddened in places, Seo Eun-yun's clothes are not even scratched, completely unscathed. The proficiency of each technique, every one of them is terrifying. The goat thinks as they look at Seo Eun-yun. Every single one, even the simplest techniques when embedded in the changing sword, leads to a myriad of transformations, and every stroke of myriad transformations is based on extremely proficient fundamentals, reaching the level of a lethal strike. Moreover, the sword wielded by this person is invisible. Though perceivable by consciousness, being invisible to the naked eye is a tremendous disadvantage. I can't even properly grasp what's changing right now because it's transparent. This won't do. I must decide the battle with a decisive technique. The goat's momentum changes. Pouring everything I have, I shall liberate my race. The next moment, the goat's whip soars high into the sky. Now, with a weight heavier than Mount Tai, it prepares to fall. Seo Eun-yun, sensing the goat's intent, readies himself. One can be guessed. What both are about to use are the techniques they each call their ultimate. No matter the outcome, I will give my all in a gesture of respect. And when their techniques are about to clash, thwong, with a clear sound, the goat slumps to the ground. Huke, strength drains from them. A feeling of powerlessness envelops their entire body, feeling as if they can do nothing. Between them, the Scarlet River flows. Hello, sorry to interrupt your fun. But you see, we're out of time. The prediction that a 4-axis stage cultivator will come directly has dropped, and we've only caught these runts. Anyway, as promised, since a 4-axis stage did not appear, I will allow your entire race to enter the Heart Tribe territory, as promised. .. Yes, thank you. I feel my whole body become lethargic and my life force drain away as I watch the babbling Scarlet River before me. It's dangerous. I am sleepy. So sleepy and exhausted. This must be her manifestation of the treading heavens ability. Hey, friend, won't you stop fighting too? Looking at you, you're from the human race, and you've been learning demon beast methods under the demon race. And it seems like you've reached the second stage of manifestation like us. Honestly, I don't have much confidence in winning against you. But if you could overlook just my friend and his race's departure, I would be truly grateful. So, she's asking to be let go because she doesn't think she can win against me. Had this been before, I would have scoffed at such nonsense. But, looking up at the sky, I chuckle softly. If attacked, great calamity. If not attacked, smooth sailing. The last trick she's hiding might be quite frightening. I quietly calm my inner thoughts and nod. Do as you wish. Ahahaha, thank you truly. Then, by any chance, is there anything you'd like to ask? As a token of permitting our departure, I'll answer something you're curious about. I immediately asked her, what is the Heart Path method? Today, I will finally learn about the Heart Path method. The owner of the Scarlet River replies. Pooh, kukukukik, kahahahaha, with a fierce laugh, as if it's the funniest thing in the world. And then her words follow. Look here, friend, the Heart Path method doesn't exist in this world. Chapter 188. The Tribe of the Earth 8. What does that mean? I look at her momentarily confused. Ahahaha. Suddenly, her voice, which had been that of a delicate woman, changes into a deep male voice. Such talk of the Heart Path method is just a term forcibly applied by the Heaven Tribe and Earth Tribe to try to understand us. It's impossible for us to have such a systematic structure like methods. Don't you know, if you've reached the second stage of manifestation, you should realize that everyone in this world possesses different possibilities, right? They're right. I narrow my eyes, pondering the words of this person, whose gender I can't discern. So, the Heart Path method, no, what does the Heart Tribe call this realm? Although heart essences differ, isn't the process of reaching this realm the same? Is manifestation just the end of it? I do feel like telling you. Once again, their voice changes to that of a child. Could it be jealousy? To obtain our power while studying under the Earth Tribe with a body of the Heaven Tribe. If one fully masters the 3 talents of heaven, earth, and heart, imagine the kind of monster that would be born. Sarararik. The Scarlet River flows around me. I realize that this river's existence is not actual water but the heart essence of this being. There's no substance. Yet, I am startled by this bizarre river. Treading heavens must ultimately be the state of becoming one with the heart essence one has manifested. Yet, this river, while emanating an aura similar to the treading heavens realm, seems to have no substantial body to be its source. What is this? When I peer into the being with my hidden thoughts. Haha, to think there's such a transparent hell of agony. The next moment, the river's voice changes back to that of an old man. Neither the heaven tribe nor the earth tribe, and not even among us, have I seen such an extreme heart essence. Indeed, if only I could know which direction this monster of the 3 talents will take, I could decide how to deal with you. The river wraps around me, its voice flowing out. It feels as if the heart tribe being is standing with hands clasped behind his back, looking at me while circling around. However, as I watch him, I invoke the formless sword. Severing mountain swordsmanship. Mountain echoes valleys responds. Ting. A clear sword cry strikes the mind. The vibration resonates from the plane of chi to the plane of soul, awakening the spirit. I seem to encounter a lot of beings who love brainwashing, especially after coming to the earth tribe. Oh no, you've caught on already. But what was that? Did your energy transform into consciousness? Did you move across planes? Quote. I do not respond to his nonsense, focusing instead on surveying my surroundings. Quote. Suddenly, the slaves who were setting fire to the cotton plantation have all disappeared. It seems I had moved far while my attention was distracted on this being. Was I trapped in an illusion? I grit my teeth and glare at the river. What were you trying to do to me? Brainwash me for what purpose? Just in case there's any misunderstanding, the power of my manifestation isn't brainwashing. It's deep sleep. The immersion into a dream is the enlightenment I've achieved. I just wanted to put you to sleep soundly, then tie you up nicely and send you to the highest council of the heart tribe. Quote. What is this person? I open my mouth in disbelief, yet I am on high alert mentally. So after all this, you're asking me not to interfere with you? Don't take it too hard. We, the heart tribe, can't trust anyone. The heaven tribe and earth tribe have been so eager to kidnap us and turn us into pills that we've had to become cunning to deal with them. But since I've opened up to you like this, please forgive me for that. Now that I know your strength, I won't attempt to kidnap you anymore. Quote. Their true intentions are unreadable. Perhaps due to being in the same realm, this being is also able to protect their deep heart essence from me. How did you deal with those sea dragon warriors? I glance at the unconscious sea dragon warriors. I put them to sleep. However, they seem to mistake my process of deep sleep for the process of death, so if they are not awakened within an hour or two, their souls will truly mistake it for death and die. Terrifying. And utterly bizarre. But more than that, I glare at the being before. You're stalling for time. What are you aiming for? Even though the heart essence is unreadable, I can tell that this being is wrapping me up in needless words to waste time. They must certainly be trying to delay. Oh, you've caught on already. It's nothing significant. I am a special envoy sent by the Heart Tribe's highest council, tasked with infiltrating the Heaven and Earth tribes, helping the weak slave races among them to give birth to members of the Heart Tribe. Once a Heart Tribe member is born, I guide them along with their race to the territory of the Heart Tribe. In the process, if I encounter any masters of the 4-axis stage from the Heaven or Earth tribes, I also have the task of killing them. Quote. I look at this being's energy. Are you waiting for Gu Ryan, the owner of this domain? It would be nice if that were the case. If the owner of the domain doesn't show up, I guess I'll just focus on leading the races to escape. To kill a 4-axis stage cultivator. That seems to be the ace up their sleeves. That's why it foretold great misfortune if I attacked him. A rash move would have been a death sentence. Apparently, the reason this being is leaving me alone for now is simply because I also fall under the category of Heart Tribe. Just then, the goat standing beside us suddenly looks in one direction. Here it comes. A subtle anger is present in the goat's eyes. Coo-goo-goo-goo. From afar, a boar, its body dyed red, is flying towards us. White steam billows from the nose of the boar, who possesses the energy of the nascent soul stage. The administrator of the Long Spirit Cotton Plantation, the bastard who tormented and oppressed us on behalf of the Lord, Gu Ryan. Crack. The whip in the goat's hand thrashes as if alive. Yes, let's have a go at it. I'll help out if it looks like you're losing. Yes, Elder. But who exactly is this person? I don't know myself. That's why I'm holding him here while we talk. But it seems he doesn't intend to antagonize us deliberately, so it would be refreshing to resolve our grievances and then return. Yes, the goat firmly responds, gripping the whip and flying towards the boar with void steps. Walking on air, I ask the river, Can you explain exactly what the heart tribe is? The river responds in a young woman's voice. What kind of question is that? It naturally refers to those who have integrated their heart essence. Integrated their heart essence? Yes, those who have unified their external and internal heart essences into one complete heart essence. Those who can manifest such a heart essence are collectively called the heart tribe. Then, those who can reach this manifestation through consciousness methods are also heart tribe. It sounds like mastering consciousness methods alone can lead one to become heart tribe. Ahaha, reach the heart tribe by mastering consciousness methods. The river laughs as if they found the idea amusing. Listen here, friend, integrating the external and internal heart essences is something that can only be achieved through unimaginable pain and pressure. Simply enlarging and refining the consciousness with consciousness methods is meaningless. To become heart tribe, to manifest heart essence, one needs a longing beyond imagination. The esteemed one of the heart tribe longed for overwhelming power to save their own race, that newcomer longed for the weight of the responsibility to save his race, and I long for sleep. And looking briefly at your manifestation, it seems you long for escaping something. Isn't that right? Quote. If you don't deeply long for something, no matter how much you master consciousness methods, you'll never achieve manifestation. If someone who has mastered consciousness methods integrates their external and internal heart essence to reach manifestation, it means they're longing for something beyond imagination. Yes, a longing that surpasses imagination. An endless thirst. A relentless fanaticism towards something. Only by preparing to throw everything away and push oneself into the realm of pain and pressure, can one become us. Wo Wang, the being intentionally shows me their intent. It's a sign of affection. You are definitely of the heaven tribe, and at the same time of the earth tribe, but the reason I don't dislike you is because you have continuously longed for your own beliefs to the extent that you've reached the second stage of manifestation. Such a transparent hell of agony, it's definitely the heart essence of a madman. But even if it is the heart essence of a madman, hasn't it reached that realm precisely because it was never let go of and was always pursued? Right. Quang. I nod my head, watching the fight between the goat wielding the whip and the boar turning the surroundings into a sea of flames. The boar is at the nascent soul stage after all, and the goat is merely at the threshold of treading heavens. However, the goat is evenly matched with the boar. It might be because the boar is at the very early stages of nascent soul, but it seems like the goat knows all the techniques the boar uses. On the other hand, the boar is unable to properly grasp even one of the goat's whip movements. That kid's name is Baek Nyang. He is a slave who rose to the position of overseer on this cotton plantation for his race. The river continues. He stepped forward to whip his own kind, but from the day he held the whip, he practiced countless times, pondering how to, softly, pretend to hit his kin. He mastered the art of loading and unloading weight on the whip, whipping himself to control the weight of the whip to the extreme. Pushing the control of weight to the utmost limit is how he achieved his manifestation. Quack Wang. The goat, Baek Nyang, made the boar scream and tumble down with a lash of his whip. Wang. Goo. Once again, the whip is swung, and a valley in the shape of a whip appears where it passes. That demon beast administrator of the earth tribe forced Baek Nyang to whip his own family. Baek Nyang insisted on waiting to kill that guy himself, playing around while waiting for the Lord. Quang. Baek Nyang, with eyes rolled back, continues to wield his whip. The attack, optimized for weight at the threshold of treading heavens, makes the flame-spewing wild boar gradually lose consciousness and seem to die. A realm specialized in attack power. I exclaim at the sight of his beyond the path to heavens. Even if the boar is at the very early stages of nascent soul and Baek Nyang knows all of its techniques, there's still a gap between a nascent soul stage and beyond the path to heavens. Yet, to push the opponent to the brink of death like this, Baek Nyang must have focused solely on attacking, as if ignoring defense and willing to die in the process. How heavy can a delicate whip become? Quang. Save me. The boar flies up, dodging Baek Nyang's whip. Baek Nyang, with eyes rolled back, attempts to pursue the boar, and the river's owner cheers for Baek Nyang as if excited. I, too, knowing the certain enmity between Baek Nyang and the wild boar, do not rashly intervene. Just then, Pukak, Pawak, quote. Far away, the bodies of the 3 sea dragon warriors, who had been put to sleep by the river's owner, begin to convulse violently. And the river's owner shudders at the sight. Simultaneously, Pukak, Pawahak, blood spurts from the heart region of the sea dragon warriors, and an enormous amount of heaven and earth spiritual energy begins to converge there. Goo. The heaven and earth spiritual energy condenses into a blue light in the air, forming the shape of a giant azure dragon. It's the form of Seoweol. I can feel the owner of the river being shocked. What, using their own race as a sacrifice? Baeknyang. Come back, we're retreating. The form of Seoweol that had descended upon the scene surveys the surroundings. I can feel it. The figure in front of me was summoned using the lives of 3 sea dragon race warriors as a sacrifice. Since the lives of 3 nascent soul stage warriors were offered as a sacrifice, even if for a brief moment. This figure is identical to Seoweol's true body. Kugugugu. An immense pressure weighs down on my entire body. Seoweol's head turns towards me, wrapped in the Crimson River. To think that the rebels in Senior Gyu's territory could be this dangerous. These children weren't sent to die among the rebels. Wasn't it you who killed them? I am momentarily dumbfounded, but Seoweol looks around with interest. His gaze lands on Baeknyang and the Crimson River. Indeed, are you the Heart Tribe, whose fame has spread far and wide in the bright cold realm? The Crimson River, annoyed, whirls up into the air, buzzing. Damn it, the worst-case scenario, a 4-axis cultivator getting involved. Even if I sacrifice my life to kill you, it wouldn't harm your true body, would it? That's right. Originally, it was a means to descend in case of the worst situation, but it's a bit disappointing to have to descend because of you folks. Well then, what does the esteemed 4-axis cultivator plan to do with us now? Just so you know, I have received a not-so-insignificant technique from the Heart Tribe's highest council, so if I put my life on the line, I can at least eliminate your form. A pitiful threat. SSSSSs. The dragon form of Seoweol recondenses into a human form. The human form of Seoweol smiles benevolently. But personally, I have no intention of doing anything to you. It's sad that a rebellion has occurred in Gyu Senior's farm, and our precious sea dragon warriors being massacred by the Heart Tribe is an unavoidable incident. Wait, weren't you the one who killed your own warriors? The Crimson River looks at Seoweol in incomprehension. Currently, Seoweol, not being his true self but projecting his form based on the life force of the Sea Dragon warriors, made it difficult to read his heart essence and understand him. Our Sea Dragon warriors fought valiantly against the Heart Tribe, sacrificing their souls, and all died gloriously in battle. I tried to project my avatar from afar to help, but it was too late as they had all already perished. Madman. Thus, in memory of them, I sought to uncover the secrets of the Heart Tribe. Kugugugu. From Seoweol's hand, a strong gravitational force begins to emerge. That force is directed towards Baeknyang. Baeknyang starts to be sucked in by the gravitational pull exerted by Seoweol. Wait, what are you doing? By capturing the leader of the enemy, perhaps the warriors of my race who died unjustly can find some peace in the afterlife. Pot. Above Seoweol's hand, space warps, revealing a spatial rift. Beyond that spatial rift surely lays the Sea Dragon Palace. Originally, this wasn't intended for such purposes but to retrieve Seo Eun-yun, a member of our race, in case of danger, but given the situation, it's unavoidable. Still, being able to capture the Heart Tribe, which had been so famously rumored in the bright cold realm. Put your hand down right now. Kugugugu. The Crimson River, revealing its fury, flies towards Seoweol. The entire body of the Crimson River turns green for a moment. And within that green light, I can make out the shape of a brilliant Padao. That is the trump card they kept hidden. A strike from the esteemed one. However, Seoweol raises his other hand unconcerned towards the dead bodies of the Sea Dragon warriors lying at his feet. Crack. The bodies of the Sea Dragon warriors are lifted by spiritual energy, blocking the Crimson River. The Crimson River hesitates for a moment, shocked not by the corpses but by Seoweol's attitude of using his own race as shields without any emotion, but then pushes through. Crack. The charge of the Crimson River shattered the bodies of the Sea Dragon warriors. However, Seoweol, undeterred, continues to emit a strong gravitational force from his hand. Krararik. And in the moment when the river hesitated, in the moment when the bodies were shattered, those moments combined to create an opening, and Seoweol uses it to suck Baeknyang into the spatial rift that had formed above his hand. No, Krararik. The river charges towards Seoweol's form, but Seoweol's form merely disperses into the air. Seoweol's bright voice echoes through the void and then fades away. Thank you for the wonderful gift. Thanks to you, the heroes of my race who died unjustly will also be able to rest in peace. SSSSs. The spatial rift created by Seoweol disappears as well, and the Crimson River, having not managed to unleash the strike of the heaven-collapsing esteemed one, swirls around in dismay. I reflect on Seo Whale taking Baek Myung through the spatial rift, remembering his words about using it to take me if I were in danger. Was Seo Whale originally prepared to sacrifice his own warriors to forcefully bring me to the Sea Dragon Palace if things went awry? Of course, it might not have been the case. He could have just said that but intended to do something to Gyu Ryan through the Sea Dragon warriors or steal something from Gyu Ryan's domain. But if the original target he intended to take was indeed me, he must have realized our value through Oh Hai Seo. Kim Yeon, a mortal with a 4-axis stage consciousness. Jaeon Myung-hoon, said to have the same constitution as Yong Soo-jin. Oh Yun-sok, expected to reach heavenly being stage combat power within 100 years. Kong Min-hee, expected to reach the star-shattering stage within 500 years. The value we hold, discovered by Seo Whale and the 3 heavenly being stage cultivators, must have been immense. That's why he was prepared to take me away, even by sacrificing 3 nascent soul stage warriors of his own race. But then, a thought strikes me. But now, hasn't the means to kidnap me disappeared? Was Baek Myung considered more valuable than me in Seo Whale's eyes? At that moment, a chill runs down my spine as I consider a possibility. Seo Whale openly stated in front of me that he was prepared to sacrifice 3 nascent soul stages to take me away. That means he values me higher than 3 nascent soul stages. That also means he has realized the value of Oh Hai Seo, who is similar to me. And by observing my actions and words over the past 10 months, he figured out that I am trying to find the whereabouts of my colleague, Oh Hai Seo. He already realized the value of Oh Hai Seo in me, predicting that I would eventually come back to him to find Oh Hai Seo anyway. Understanding that I cherish my colleagues over the 10 months, he informs me that he has discovered the value of my colleague and me. Thus, due to my nature, I will inevitably return. A method even more certain than directly capturing me through a spatial rift. No, if I had been thoroughly brainwashed by Seo Whale over the 10 months, I would have already sworn my allegiance to Seo Whale, shedding tears of gratitude for the situation where he sacrificed 3 nascent soul stages to save me when I was in danger. I shudder at Seo Whale's cunning, and the Crimson River, disheartened by what happened to Baek Myung, circles around before flying off towards where the other enslaved races had escaped. Had circumstances been better, we could have talked more, but given how things have turned out, let's meet again someday. Pot. With those words, the Crimson River disappears into the distance. I stand dumbfounded in the cotton plantation, watching the boar that is healing from the injuries inflicted by Baek Myung. The boar looks confused, staring at the spot where Seo Whale vanished. Hey, I approach the boar. Can you contact the lord of this domain, Senior Gyu? Oh, yes, but please send a message. I regret to inform Senior that the suppression of the rebellion has failed. I understand. The wild boar looks at the place where Seo Whale disappeared with a puzzled expression and absent-mindedly nods. That technique. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. No, never mind. I'll contact the Lord. Damn it. Thus, the brief yet intense encounter with the Heart Tribe came to an end. Well, if that's how things turned out, there's nothing we can do. Gyu Ryan sighs as she looks at me and the boar, Hong-guk. We decided to keep quiet about Seo Whale directly killing his own race and descending. Regarding the annihilation of all the Sea Dragon warriors, Hong-guk wasn't sure if he had seen Seo Whale kill his kin properly and said so. I also agreed, though for different reasons. For me, it was due to my relationship with Seo Whale. But whether Hong-guk genuinely didn't see it properly or had another reason, I don't know. Anyway, with Gyu Ryan's sigh, the incident came to a temporary close. Following the agreement with Gyu Ryan, I decided to begin the refinement of the immortal beast True Blood. Deep within Gyu Ryan's domain. There, a ritual circle drawn with Gyu Ryan's dragon blood is set up, and I enter its center to sit in a lotus position. In front of me is a jade bottle containing a drop of the black dragon's true blood. Then, let's start refining the immortal beast True Blood now. Perhaps due to the guilt of having caused the death of Seo Whale's subordinates and the rebellion. Gyu Ryan forms hand seals a bit listlessly. A crimson, blood-colored light rises around us. Kududugak. The jade bottle in front of me resonates with the light, shaking violently, and I see the drop of the black dragon blood flying towards me. The next moment, I find myself engulfed in pitch-black darkness. In the darkness, I can sense a massive dragon looking at me. I see, this is the remnant will contained in the black dragon's true blood. I need to overcome this remnant will to refine the immortal beast true blood. Now, to suppress the remnant will. The next moment, why does someone who has lived less than half a century possess over 2,000 years of history? The massive dragon in the darkness speaks to me. How dare you attempt to deceive history in front of an immortal beast? By the name of the black dragon that governs Taiyan, Supreme Great Yin, I command you, mortal, to recount your true history. The refinement of the immortal beast true blood has begun. However, I have never once heard from Gu Ryan that the immortal beast itself will directly speak during the refinement of the true blood. Chapter 189. The Tribe of the Earth 9. Zing, zing, zing. My whole body tingles. However, this isn't the same pressure as when I had encountered him before. The being before me is a remnant will contained in a single drop of blood, and he was a split soul, but something feels different. I wonder why, but somehow feel that the distance between the two is different. Somehow, this black dragon seems far more distant than him. Ah, is that it? This black dragon might exist in a dimension even farther away from this bright cold realm than him. The lack of pressure compared to him is because the main body exists in a much farther dimension. Of course, it's not that there's no pressure compared to him. Even though this black dragon is nothing more than a remnant will in a drop of blood, it still exerts a pressure beyond what any integration stage grand cultivator could. It's when I'm looking at the black dragon. SSSSSSHHH. Quote ... exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Suddenly, my whole body, submerged in darkness, disintegrates in front of the black dragon. What is this? Even though it's not the real world but a mental world where I met with the black dragon's remnant will, I feel as though my body in the real world is disintegrating. Grrrrrrrgh. I hold back a scream, but the black dragon, paying no heed, meticulously disassembles and observes the deepest parts of my body. Bones and flesh disintegrate. Blood and organs disintegrate. Eventually, every single cell disintegrates. The countless double helices sleeping within each cell, the yin and yang of spiritual energy rotating within my body, are laid bare before the black dragon. Despite being in the mental world, my body is manifested as if it's real, and despite having reached treading heavens beyond the path and mastered the wonderfully mysterious innate heart canon, I am powerless before the black dragon's gaze. As the black dragon flips through my body, information about yin, yang, and double helices that it sees unfolds before my eyes as well. This is the scene I saw when I obtained the nascent soul. The scene where yin and yang in my body rotated, revisiting my past. That's right, I am seeing the scene of obtaining the nascent soul once more because of the black dragon. This is my history. Being born, growing up, entering this world, ascending and following Co Whale to reach the present, my life of about 30 years passed before my eyes. However, I noticed something strange. The usual flashbacks or scenes of life seen at the time of reaching the nascent soul stage included the flow of time including regression. But the flow shown by the black dragon does not include regression, and my memory is cut off directly after returning from the original world to this world. As the memories flash by, finally, the memory of entering the serving command arc and facing him emerges in my mind. That's when it happens. Whoosh. Suddenly, the flashback ends, and my body returns to its original state. Quote ... exclamation mark question mark quote. It's then that I am finally able to move within the space. Exclamation mark. Huff, huff. I thought I was going to die. What on earth is going on? My body, disintegrated down to the genetic level. And those genes were traced by the yin and yang of spiritual energy, drawing double helices and showing the past. It felt as if I had taken a glance at the history of my life. Just then, the black dragon's voice hits my ears. To think a mortal has accumulated 2,000 years, I wondered what was going on, but you had a private meeting with. Since that being does not permit looking into the past, I will stop here. Quote ... question mark. Apparently, after seeing the memory of meeting him, the black dragon seems to have realized something. Have you read all of my memories? I asked the black dragon in the darkness before me with a trembling voice. The black dragon seems to be silent for a moment, then scatters into the darkness. The voice of the black dragon, dispersing in all directions, echoes throughout heaven and earth. I attempted to read them all, but has blocked me, so I dared not read everything. What kind of mortal are you that holds you in such high regard? I try to listen to what is, but the word itself is incomprehensible. Single quote ... A true immortal must have done something. Quote ... I apologize, but I myself do not quite understand why he takes an interest in me. Is that so? I see. However, the reason I am concerned about you is not for that. Are you currently trying to refine the true blood of immortal beasts? Question mark. Yes, that's correct. The legitimate way to refine the true blood of those who inherit the bloodline of immortal beasts involves first being driven into extreme environments to verify that one possesses the vitality worthy of receiving the immortal beast's true blood. You must have undergone this process, haven't you? Yes, I definitely underwent the immortal beast blood fusion. Then tell me, what was the highest level of cultivation among those who participated in that immortal beast blood fusion? The nascent soul stage was definitely the highest. To my recollection, participation was not possible for those above the heavenly being stage. Why do you think participation was restricted for those heavenly being stage and above, even though a heavenly being's vitality would be several times stronger than that of a nascent soul stage cultivator? That is, the voice of the black dragon echoes from the darkness. 1,000 years. The condition to refine and transform the true blood of an immortal beast is, having lived for no more than 1,000 years. Naturally, those nascent soul stage cultivators who have lived for more than 1,000 years cannot receive the true blood of immortal beasts, and the majority of heavenly being stage cultivators have lived even longer, thus disqualifying them. Exclamation mark quote. Yet, you, a mere mortal, have accumulated 2,000 years. Attempting to receive the true blood while having accumulated a span of time equivalent to that of a heavenly being, that is an impossibility. The remnants of my will left within the immortal beast true blood were intended to advise those heavenly being cultivators who recklessly attempt to refine immortal beast true blood without fear. So, you mean I'm not qualified? I asked the black dragon incredulously. Because I've lived for over 2,000 years, that disqualifies me from refining the true blood of immortal beasts. As I'm dumbfounded, the entire darkness seems to chuckle. It's not that you're unqualified. Rather, you're too qualified. Cultivators above the heavenly being stage cannot contain the power of immortal beasts. If you try to add something to an already full vessel, it will only overflow. Question mark quote. Spiritual energy is explosion. Explosion is life. All life follows the structure of yin and yang in the form of double helices. The black dragon continues speaking from the darkness. Double helices are the summary of all information and the history of the existence called life. Child, do you know why the races that grow life by exploding spiritual energy are called the Earth Tribe? Suddenly, I feel nauseous. It was the same as when I met him. This is, the black dragon, who I thought existed in a distant dimension, is gradually approaching here. The whole world spins around me. The black dragon is showing interest in me. Even though he might be in a far-off dimension, just his interest being directed at me conveyed the immense presence of that enormous being beyond the remnant will contained in the drop of blood. Even though his main body is far away, his interest crosses dimensions, and just that interest alone is crushing my existence. If the heavens are fate, then earth is history. History is information, and information is life. Therefore, all those who strive towards the extreme of life are all part of the Earth Tribe. Their voice is gentle, but their essence has already scattered and disappeared into darkness, and I feel as if every gene making up my body is being devoured by darkness, unable to even scream as I melt away. I am dying, melting away with every syllable of that gentle voice. We, immortal beasts, are deities frolicking in the domains of life and history, the true representatives of the earth. Therefore, to bear our power, one must not have accumulated too much time. Because, having accumulated a lot of time means that the vessel is already sufficiently full, and attempting to infuse something new into it would likely break the vessel. Goo. History is an absolute, one. Therefore, the power of immortal beasts that one being can receive is also one. Hence, child, you originally should not be able to receive my power. You have already far surpassed your own limits by accumulating years. Gradually, even screams sink into the darkness. However, precisely because you have surpassed your own limits and accumulated such time, perhaps, who knows? Let's observe once more. Can you accept my power? Whoosh. My whole body is torn apart by the darkness. I realize I'm turning to dust, and I lose consciousness in the darkness. Gasp. I suddenly open my eyes, trembling at the strange sound coming from my throat. Where is this? Right, I had asked you Ryan to help me refine the immortal beast true blood, within her domain. Heok. I hurriedly try to get up and look around. However, I have to slump back down due to the terrible foreign sensation in my throat. No, not just in my throat, but terrible foreign sensations are felt all over my body. Quote. Exclamation mark quote. It's a blood-red spear. Spears made of blood are embedded in my neck, limbs, and right above my heart and dantian. What is this? Cough. Blood spurts out with each attempt to speak. Then, from afar, a familiar figure approaches. It's Gu Ryan. Have you come to your senses? Senior Gu. Normally, when refining the immortal beast true blood, one faces the fragments of the power of the immortal beast contained in the blood, causing wildness to erupt. You went so berserk that I had to restrain you within the formation. Ah, thank you. Could you possibly remove them now? She silently approaches me, pulling out the spears embedded in my neck, heart, and above my dantian. Ching. As soon as the spears are removed, a majestic energy surges and I can feel the places where the spears had been embedded healing. The regeneration is on a different level. I am amazed by the change in my body's condition. This level of regeneration is something one will only expect to see in the core formation stage. Could you also remove the spears in my arms and legs? It's not over yet. Excuse me, you've just begun to experience the remnants left by the Black Dragon's power and awakened. What huh? I clench my teeth against the pain that hit me with those words. Cold. It's as cold as when I was thrown to the bottom of the serving command arc. This is. The Black Dragon governs the power of Taiyan. This is the process of melting his power into your body. Accept the Taiyan's authority, passed down from ancient times. Whoosh. Gu Ryan's words echo. With each word, golden life force begins flowing from the blood spears embedded in my arms and legs. Despite feeling like I am about to freeze solid, the blood spears drive away my cold, guiding my consciousness. This is Taiyan. I clench my teeth, calming the rampaging yin energy throughout my body. I must calm down. Gu Ryan, revealing golden horns, suppresses the rampaging yin energy throughout my body, and I press down the suppressed yin energy with my will, preventing it from rampaging. Use the demon beast methods you've learned in that state. Guide the flow of yin and yang to embrace the Taiyan. Guide the flow of yin and yang to embrace the Taiyan. I operate the Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method, guiding the yin energy. The yin and yang spiritual energies explode, and between those explosions, double helices are formed. I guide the yin energy between those double helices. The yin power seeps between the double helices, remodeling my very flesh. Crack, crackle, the power of the Black Dragon permeates my entire body. Boodook, boodooduk, black deer horns sprout on my forehead, and my teeth become sharp and jagged. Sharp talons like those of an eagle emerges from my fingertips, and sporadically, black scales begin to appear on my skin. Gua triple A. As I yell, a dragon's roar, not a human scream, bursts from my vocal cords. The powerful ferocity given by the power of the Black Dragon seems to dominate my mind. My mind is. The roar of the Black Dragon bursts madly in my ears. At this rate, my mind seems like it will be devoured by the Black Dragon's wildness. No, that's not it. This is. I am facing the wildness hidden within myself. The power of the Black Dragon seeped into me, dredging up the years of myself that spanned 2,000 years. The negative energies that had accumulated layer by layer within me over 2,000 years, the desires that had been strongly suppressed, writhes madly. Is that how it is? The longer one lives, the more they are unable to overcome the wildness accumulated within themselves and crumble. I clench my teeth as I face the wildness within myself that has been exposed by the power of the Black Dragon. If left as is, I have no idea what I might do in my insanity. Rah! I let out a roar. Now, my roar is indistinguishable from that of a dragon. The entire chamber of Gu Ryan's trembles, but she calmly raises golden energy. It's going to hurt a bit. But since you've passed through the immortal beast blood fusion, you should be able to withstand it, so don't worry. The next moment, she lifts her foot. Golden energy gathers in her foot. And then, her foot brutally stomps on my skull. Crack, without a moment to feel anything. My skull, seized by wildness and desire, is utterly smashed by Gu Ryan's foot. Boom. The last thing I feel is my skull exploding like a watermelon being smashed before I lose consciousness. My power is no different from poison to you. What you will gain from that power is nothing but disaster. The voice of the Black Dragon faintly comes through from the darkness. Still, do you truly wish to accept my power? Go ahead then. I see you're the type to regret only when facing death. Gradually, consciousness blurs again. In the fading consciousness, I sense that this opportunity might be the last conversation I can have with the Black Dragon in this lifetime. I can't let this go. If I miss this opportunity, it will be no different from missing a tremendous opportunity. Silence prevails in the darkness. But within the silence, I sense an allowance for my question. As the Black Dragon King, Hyeonium, born of your lineage, related to the Blood Yin realm, I decide to ask the Black Dragon directly about the Black Dragon King, Hyeonium, and the dragon race. So that's it. Recently, that entity has been struggling after borrowing my bloodline. Somehow, the Black Dragon seems to find my question very amusing. How could someone who was a renowned judge in the netherworld come to such a state, wriggling like a worm after falling into disgrace? There was no one who wouldn't tremble before the judge governing good and evil, but to think true immortal you how take love of virtue is left as mere dregs, parasitizing on my bloodline like a worm. Ahahaha, zing, boom, the next moment, as soon as I hear the name of the true immortal, my head explodes. There is so much more I want to ask and know from the Black Dragon. But at that moment, everything is erased from my mind. Those who recklessly hear the true name of a true immortal, their minds cannot remain intact. Ah, a name contains part of one's fate. By overhearing the name of the true immortal, I had glimpsed into the fate of the true immortal. He erased his name from me, leaving no influence, but the name of the true immortal carelessly uttered by the Black Dragon throws my mind into turmoil and chaos. Erase it. Erase the conversation we just had. Erase the name I just heard. If I don't erase it from my mind, Yu Hao Te might peer into me. I feel my consciousness sinking into the darkness and lose consciousness. Huck. I gasp for air and regain my consciousness. Just now, it felt like my head exploded. Right, Yu Ryan stomped on my head and burst it apart. But, my head regenerated. I am still in the chi building stage. Yet my head has already regenerated. To regenerate a head, one has to be at least in the core formation stage. Wriggle. I move my body, startled. Strange. This level of energy for a chi building stage. Just then, what? The next moment, I am shocked by something inside my dantian. A golden core. No, that's not it. My inner core has evolved and grown as large as a golden core. Crack, crackle. As I move my hand, I feel the blood spears embedded in my limbs crumbling. What? Have you awakened? Yu Ryan, who is sitting beside me, speaks. It seems the true blood of the immortal beast has settled well. Heok, crack. As I hurriedly stand up in shock, the blood spears embedded in my body crumble like pieces of cookies. Congratulations. Now, although not completely, you can somewhat be considered a member of our dragon race. Yu Ryan looks at me with a sense of pride, crossing her arms. Ah, no, Senior Yu, but my inner core, no, my demon core. You are now in the core formation stage. Excuse me, occasionally, there are individuals like you. Those whose cultivation skyrockets because the power of the immortal beast true blood enters exceptionally well. Your demon core has completed its transformation into a golden core, so you are now in the core formation stage. I am dumbfounded by the unexpected advancement in my cultivation level. My entire body is filled with power. At this rate, I feel like I can replicate the power of a core formation stage cultivator with my bare body, without using any techniques or spells. But that isn't the end. The power of Taiyan undulating inside seems like it can directly become a spell and scatter in all directions if I controlled it well. No, not a spell. The power of Taiyan I wield through obtaining the true blood of the Black Dragon isn't a spell. It should rightly be called a supernatural ability. Crunch. As I clench my fist, a vigorous power along with yin energy gathers around me, rumbling. Combining the supernatural ability of the demon race and the spells of the human race, and using techniques that maximize the power of this body. Even with just the capabilities of the core formation stage, I'm not afraid of nascent soul cultivators at all. As I am examining the power of my body, Yu Ryan points outside her cave chamber. Go outside to test your strength. A guest looking for you has arrived. Excuse me, I'm quite strained holding off the guest right now, so go and properly greet them. Ah, I feel like I know who the guest she mentions is. I slowly walk outside. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Dark clouds cover the sky. And familiar lightning rumbles between the clouds. However, the lightning does not fall. A formation depicting a golden dragon covers the entire sky above Yu Ryan's cave chamber, trapping the lightning within the formation, only allowing it to rumble. She was blocking the heavenly lightning from falling while I ascended to the core formation stage. Rumble, rumble. Of course, the power raging from the heavens has become much stronger due to being blocked by someone else. As if daring to challenge the heavenly tribulation with another's power is not tolerated, the power of the lightning rumbling in the sky has become greater. But, somehow, I feel like I can overcome it. I smile inwardly and first bow to Gu Ryan inside her cave. Thank you for your care. That's enough. I will now release the heavenly tribulation, try out the newly acquired power of the immortal beast. Understood. As she speaks, the formation in the sky dissipates and the lightning falls towards me. Boom, rumble, I refine the surging powers within me. The Heaven Tribe methods like the Yin Soul Ghost Incantation, White Orchid Blessing Incantation, Thousand Lustrous Forest Sea, and Silica Earth Great Wall Practice. The Earth Tribe methods like the Fully Demonized Azure Spirit Starlight Quintessence Great Method by the Vast Cold Formula, the Power of the Black Dragon, and other techniques. And the power of the Heart Tribe, accumulated through martial arts. There is no need to reveal the Formless Sword. The apex of martial arts, the Formless Sword, is already integrated into all the techniques I commonly use. Even without explicitly revealing the Formless Sword, all the trajectories unfolding from my body are under my control. Just wielding these overflowing powers along the optimal trajectory is all that is needed. Whoosh, containing the powers of heaven, earth, and heart. Severing mountain swordsmanship, I unleashed it towards the heavenly lightning. Flowing ridge, spiritual power and demonic power mix, amplifying the already extreme power of my flesh and launching it in the optimal trajectory towards the sky. The force shooting towards the heavens naturally contains the energy of Taiyin, and the thrust that targets the sky transforms into the shape of a giant black dragon, shattering the heavenly lightning. Boom and crack, the heavenly lightning is shattered to pieces, and the dark clouds above it are torn apart, revealing the blue sky. Phew, I managed to withstand this tremendous heavenly lightning without directly using the Formless Sword. Whoosh, there is a change in my vision as well. The Earth Tribe's vision, which until now had been limited to merely observing the flow of spiritual energy, now presents a much clearer and broader scene than before. This is yin and yang. The sky and the earth themselves are drawing a grand taiji. That taiji is space. Just as reaching beyond the path to heavens allowed me to see the essence of the heart, and learning the Heaven Tribe methods strengthened my ability to see fate. As a member of the demon race, reaching this realm makes the yin and yang flowing through heavens and earth appear even more macroscopically clear and definite. I can see with the newly evolved demon race vision and realize I have now firmly become a part of the Earth Tribe. Finally, following heaven and heart, I have successfully stepped into Earth. I feel this truly for the first time. Translator notes, we got an editor. Also, I'm gonna be using Netherworld here, though it also means the Underworld. Chapter 190. The one with a name 1. Just as I am looking at the sky with a feeling of refreshment. Heavenly rejection phenomenon, huh. I've heard it's a very rare phenomenon. Living long enough, it seems I've got to see it myself. Yu Ryan, who has approached me at some point, looks up at the sky with curiosity. The legend about the heavenly rejection phenomenon says that those with qualities even the heavens envy receive heavenly tribulation earlier than others. It seems you truly are a genius worthy of the heavenly rejection phenomenon. Haha, genius. There can't be a word less fitting for me. That's too generous of a praise. Generous. I didn't even recognize your talents at first, and it was Sia Whale who brought you to the demon race. Really, some people have an eye for talent. Remembering Sia Whale seems to put Yu Ryan in a good mood. Her cheeks flush with a rosy hue. I sigh quietly to myself as I watch her. Should I tell her? But no matter how much I think about it, revealing Sia Whale's truth right away seems too cruel. I decide to slowly reveal it over time. By the way, now that you've fully refined the Black Dragon's true blood, are you planning to return to the Sea Dragon Palace? Yes, of course. When I return, I will definitely arrange for Senior Yu and Sir Sia Whale to meet. Hem, it's not like I must meet him well, Her face turns even redder as she shakes her head. Enough about Sia Whale. Now that you've reached the core formation stage, can you return on your own? Yes, of course. I remember the location of the Sea Dragon Palace well. I see. Then, could you deliver a letter on your way? Yu Ryan hands me a letter folded in silk. It should be delivered to Elder Hoyal of the Azure Pung race. Yes, I understand. Do you know where Hoyal is? I can enter the 7th floor, the life floor of Serving Command Arc, and inquire there, can't I? Well, alright. As long as the letter arrives within 3 months. I'm counting on you. Yes, I understand. I bow to Gyu Ryan to express my gratitude and then take to the sky. Whoosh. The flying escape technique of the demon race feels different. But, should I call this a flying escape technique? The flying escape technique of the Heaven tribe involves borrowing the energy of stars engraved in the golden core to hide in the speed of light and move quickly. However, the gliding technique of the Earth tribe amplifies life force by rotating the yin and yang energies around the body, then strengthens the flesh to run through the sky recklessly. Unlike void stepping, it's not about stepping on the air's resistance but creating a platform of spiritual energy by manipulating the flow of yin and yang in the air and jumping on it. That's how the demon race flies in the sky. It's an efficient form of void stepping. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I fly using both void stepping and the Earth tribe's movement technique. Void stepping reduces the consumption of power, and the Earth tribe's gliding technique increases the amplification of power. I can fly even faster with less energy. Wo Wang, Wo Wang. Furthermore, as I draw upon the power of the Black Dragon, yin energy gathers around me, creating dark clouds. Wo Wang. Ha, this is quite comfortable. I ride on the dark clouds, moving at the same speed I was shooting through just before. Riding the cloud technique taught by the bloodline of the Black Dragon, I continue to move forward steadily. After inquiring about the location of the Azure Pung race and Elder Ho Yal's residence in the life floor of Serving Command Arc, I use the teleportation array there to quickly move to the residence of the Azure Pung race. The Azure Pung race lives outside the territory of the Dragon race, in a valley called Heavenly Heart Valley, and interestingly, despite being birds, they swim and live in the water below the valley. After briefly exploring Heavenly Heart Valley, I deliver Gyu Ryan's letter to Elder Ho Yal. Elder Ho Yal, who is at the same 4-axis stage as Gyu Ryan, sighs deeply after receiving my letter. This Earth tribe naming project. Who in the world proposed such a plan? Quote, I remember what Seo Wayol had told me about this plan. A plan to identify all names within the Earth tribe, and for those without names, to create and manage them with names. Since names contain fate, the plan is to read the overall fate of the Earth tribe based on the movements of those with names. Though the plan itself is good, I find it a bit absurd. All the wild beasts and birds born on the field are part of the Earth tribe to manage them all by giving them names. It's like saying we should give names to every bug by the roadside. Even at the very least, it's a project that will take more than 500 to 600 years. As I think so, Elder Ho Yal of the Azure Pung race sighs and speaks to me. By the way, what do the Dragon race think about this foolish plan? Ah, is he asking me? After a moment of thought, I only mention Seo Wayol's stance. I am just a low-ranking member, so I do not know much. But Sir Seo Wayol of the Sea Dragon race, whom I serve, is actively in favor of this plan. He said it is absolutely necessary for the future of the Earth tribe. For some reason, Seo Wayol had indeed shown a very positive response to this entire Earth tribe naming project. Hearing my words, Ho Yal sighs deeply again. Managing the names of the entire race by one group, what could be more foolish than that? It seems they think if the human race can do it with their names registry in the Cloud Island archipelago, the Earth tribe can do it too, but the registry established by the human race in the Cloud Island archipelago is possible because they are a single race. The Earth tribe is not a single race but a collection of numerous demon races, and managing all their names is preposterous. Not to mention, the Earth tribe already lacks administrative power. How much more will this plan waste? Quote, since his words are spot on, I nod along in agreement. After listening to Ho Yal's complaints, I stay in the Azure Pung race territory for a few days, getting acquainted with several of them. Then, I slowly tour various areas of the Earth tribe territory and return to the Sea Dragon Palace over 2 months. Swoosh. Riding on clouds, passing mountains and rivers, I open my eyes wide towards Cloud Heart Lake, where the Sea Dragon Palace is located. Wow, it's changed tremendously in the meantime. Around Cloud Heart Lake, large coral reefs have grown. Literally, coral reefs growing on land. In the coral reefs, much like what I had seen in Gyu Ryan's cotton farm, numerous slave races are working. Due to their presence, the area outside Cloud Heart Lake is quite noisy. Seo Wayol is starting another strange business, huh? I glance at the slaves briefly before trying to enter Cloud Heart Lake. Then, my gaze inadvertently fall on the overseer managing the slaves. The overseer, managing the slaves with stern eyes, is a bipedal goat. Quote, exclamation mark question mark quote. I look again, thinking I have seen wrong, but it is still the same. There, as the overseer managing the slaves in the coral reefs near Cloud Heart Lake, stands a bipedal goat. Baek Nyang. No, they are goats. Members of Baek Nyang's race are managing the slaves in the coral reefs with whips in their hands and stern eyes. Beautiful coral decorations are wrapped around their necks. How did this happen? I will find out the details once I meet Seo Weol. I descend, and as soon as I reach the barrier of the familiar Sea Dragon Palace, the expressions of the Sea Dragon race guarding the barrier dramatically change. Ah, no, you are. I reveal my appearance, having refined the black dragon's true blood, showing off black antlers and black scales. At that sight, the early core formation gatekeepers of the Sea Dragon Palace look at me with disbelief and surprise. The human Sir Seo Weol brought. Ah, why would someone like you refine the black dragon's true blood? If we had received the true blood, we could have become stronger. I look at them and grin. Stop the nonsense and open the gate. A human like me needed a recommendation to participate in the immortal beast blood fusion, but Earth tribe demons like you can freely apply as you meet all the conditions, right? Provoked by my taunt, they grit their teeth but open the barrier of the Sea Dragon Palace. As soon as I enter the barrier, the space ripples around me. Wo Wang. Space opens, and through it, I can see Seo Weol's office. He is sitting comfortably and gestures for me to come in. Welcome, have you been well under Senior Gyu? I approach Seo Weol and speak. Senior Gyu has been very kind, so I've enjoyed my time thoroughly. That's good to hear. I didn't expect refining the black dragon's true blood would take this long. You might need some rest. We've built new rooms throughout the Sea Dragon Palace during the expansion. How about taking a rest in one of the new rooms? Seo Weol seems to be plotting to send me to a suspicious room immediately upon my arrival. I finished refining the true blood in just one day. However, Senior Gyu entrusted me with delivering a letter, which led me to visit the Azure Pung race among others, hence the delay. I preemptively inform him that I have already made acquaintances within the Earth tribe community, preventing any schemes. I hope you've formed good connections. In the path of cultivation, connections are precious. Especially for us who live long, a fleeting moment can forge a connection. Seo Weol designates the connections I made as fleeting, questioning if there would be any further meetings with them. Though brief, our camaraderie deepened, and I've arranged to meet a few of them again soon at the Serving Command Arc. Especially, many are interested in discussing the Earth Tribe naming project you mentioned before. I firmly inform Seo Weol that I made plans, preventing him from any further mischief. Serving Command Arc. You're still at the core formation stage. Isn't it dangerous to go there? After fusing with the Black Dragon's true blood and gaining the power of the mighty dragon, I believe there's nothing more in the Earth Tribe territory that can threaten me. He seems unwilling to allow me to leave, using my cultivation level as an excuse, but I leverage the name of the Black Dragon. Seo Weol chuckles and nods. If that's the case, then go ahead. Discussing something as important as the entire Earth Tribe naming project, I'm reassured. Thank you. Phew, I feel drained from the conversation with Seo Weol. A single slip-up can mean being confined to an unknown room, undergoing a transformation by Seo Weol in a different manner than the Mad Lord. I'd rather dance barefoot on blades. As I internally break into a cold sweat. By the way, you haven't had a chance to greet him. Quote. The one who caused a disturbance at Senior Gyu's farm last time. Introduce yourself. Quote. With a flick of his finger, Seo Weol opens a spatial rift, and Baek Nyang pops out. What's this? Baek Nyang, you've seen him last time. This is Seo Eun-yun, one of our late-stage cultivators of our Sea Dragon race. I hope you two get along well. Yes, my lord. Baek Nyang kneels naturally in response to Seo Weol. Is this person not from the Heart Tribe? Correct. How come? Has he brainwashed a member of the Heart Tribe? But Baek Nyang's intent seems normal, showing no signs of having been brainwashed. How? The White Goat race, including Baek Nyang, were enslaved and mistreated throughout the Bright Cold Realm. I used my power to buy and liberate his kin from nearby farms. Then, I made arrangements for them to live as a ruling species in the coral reefs operated by our Sea Dragon race. Though not suitable for cultivation, making it hard for them to learn methods, they seem satisfied with their changed lives. I look at Baek Nyang. Did he not see Seo Weol's heart essence? Or did he see it, but also saw that his people were being saved at the same time? What is clear is that Baek Nyang has become loyal to Seo Weol, influenced over these few months. I swallow. He knows of manifested my heart essence. Did he report that to Seo Weol? No, it's obvious. There's a 100% chance he did. That means, Sia Whale is aware I am from the Heart tribe and is conversing with me knowing that fact. What should I do? Single quote. Play dumb. Having acquired a revered member of the Heart tribe, there will be no one to hinder Sir Sia Whale's path now. Haha, you flatter me too much. Not at all, Sir Sia Whale is surely. I feel it while talking to Sia Whale. Sia Whale, this guy. He has become even more difficult to deal with than before. Previously, it was somewhat possible to guess his intentions as he easily leaked intent. However, after spending a few months with Baek Myung, there is almost no disturbance in his emotions. Damn it, the already difficult to deal with snake has become even more challenging after taking the Heart tribe under his tail. But I haven't just been sightseeing these past few months. I made acquaintances with the Azure Pung race among a few other races. I formed connections unknown to Sia Whale. Since Sia Whale wouldn't know whom I've met and what connections I've made, he can't treat me recklessly anymore. You might have thought you had me completely under control, but once I slipped through your fingers, controlling me wouldn't be easy as before. By the way, did you say you're heading to the Serving Command Arc in a few days to discuss the entire Earth tribe naming project? Yes. That's great. I'll join you. Yes. I look at Sia Whale, questioning. He smiles. I, too, have a significant interest in the entire Earth tribe naming project. And so, a few days pass. Sia Whale and I enter Serving Command Arc. Damn, he's a tough one to deal with. I think about Sia Whale, who is smiling beside me. For now, he hasn't said anything about me being from the Heart tribe. Given his nature to use anything to his advantage, he's likely keeping the fact that I'm from the Heart tribe hidden to use when necessary. It seems there's no need to worry about that. What worries me is that he is following me around, monitoring my every move. I did say I'd meet some of the bonds I've formed today. Strictly speaking, being of mere core formation stage cultivation, I haven't formed strong friendships with the higher-ups of other demon races. I merely used Senior Gyu's name to barely secure a spot to attend the discussion on the entire Earth tribe naming project. As long as my true foundation doesn't get exposed to Sia Whale. Together with Sia Whale, we head to the discussion meeting on the 7th floor regarding the naming project. Ah, you've arrived. Oh, and this must be the Sea Dragon races. I am Sia Whale. Ah, noble Sia Whale. Pleased to meet you, I am Ho Yal from the Azure Pung race. Sia Whale, being a 4-axis stage dragon, easily attends the discussion due to his status. Initially, I was supposed to watch the meeting from a far spot behind Ho Yal, but unexpectedly, I found myself participating in the meeting right next to Sia Whale. Damn it, I manage my expression while sitting next to him, but just the fact of being next to him makes me feel like I am going insane. After a while, representatives from the 13 major Earth tribe races, all 4-axis stage cultivators, sit around the round table and commence the meeting. The representative for the dragon race is a black dragon named Hyeon Chal, and Sia Whale and I sit next to Hyeon Chal as observers. First of all, this foolish plan called the entire Earth tribe naming project should not exist. Ho Yal, the elder of the Azure Pung race, vehemently slams the table. It's a waste of administrative effort. And even then, it's doubtful whether it will show any clear effect compared to the act of the Heaven tribe observing celestial energy. On the opposite side, the representative from the Supreme Tiger race growls in response. While I agree it's a foolish plan, it's not useless. Whether it's necessary or not, we won't know. Until we try, right? Does managing the names of the entire Earth tribe seem easy to you? It won't even be properly managed. Ho Yal's outcry is met with a nod of concern from the elder of the Yin Ghost Black Turtle race. Although managing names might seem trivial, as you all know, names carry fate within them. What we're trying to manage is the fate of the entire Earth tribe. Even grand cultivators at the integration stage are unsure of managing the fate of their own race, so how can such a reckless plan be executed? You're right, elder of the Yin Ghost Black Turtle tribe, names indeed contain fate. However, what we're trying to do is not to interfere with fate but to observe the flow of fate through the management of names. Hyeon Chal from the Black Dragon race counters the Yin Ghost Black Turtle race elder, and the meeting is filled with heated discussions. Sia Whale watches the scene and smiles faintly. To the dragon race representative, may I, Sia Whale from the Sea Dragon race, a branch family of the Black Dragon race, speak a word. When the meeting's intensity reaches its peak, Sia Whale gently smiles and proposes to Hyeon Chal. Hyeon Chal seems about to say something but then, suddenly furrowing his brows, allows Seo Whale to speak. I observe the scene, frowning. What? Did they communicate something between them? It wasn't telepathy, nor did it seem like a spell or supernatural ability, as it didn't register on any of my senses. Seo Whale always had some connection with the Black Dragon race. It seems to be a method only Seo Whale and the Black Dragon race can use. Seo Whale stands up, smiling gently, and looks around the assembly before speaking. Good day, I am Seo Whale, the head of the Sea Dragon race, a branch family of the Black Dragon race. Since the atmosphere seems overheated, allow me to briefly summarize the opinions of both sides. Seo Whale skillfully summarizes the meeting's opposing views. He then begins to transform the argumentative meeting into something resembling a debate-like forum. Rules are being established in the meeting. A meeting of 4-axis demon cultivators might seem to be a dignified affair, but the reality is different. Every participant, relying on their brute strength and brutal instinct from a lifetime of cultivation, believe that the loudest voice and the strongest race's power are the only truths, leading to no productive discussions thus far. However, Seo Whale listens to both sides' claims, seemingly organizing their arguments, finding a balance between them, and uses that balance to create rules for the discussion. How about we require permission from the moderator to speak from now on? Before long, Seo Whale takes over the role of moderator from Hyeon Chao, who was initially leading the meeting. Wow, I quietly marvel at how Seo Whale adeptly mediated the demon beast's disputes and took control. Ah, so the opposition to the entire Earth Tribe naming project feels that the plan is not worth discussing. That's right. Then, may I ask Hyeon Chao, who is aware of the Heaven Tribe's example, to speak? Even after taking control, Seo Whale doesn't use his position to express his opinions. Instead, he gives more speaking opportunities to Hyeon Chao or those in favor of the naming project, subtly steering the discussion's atmosphere towards its favor. Half a day passes. Now, the entire Earth Tribe naming project has been decided to proceed under the agreement of the 13 major Earth Tribe races. I trust there are no objections. None. No, I'm satisfied. Noble Seo's suggestion was excellent indeed. Haha, turning those who don't participate in the naming project into elixirs and distributing them among the races is brilliant. Thus, the bizarre plan of the entire Earth Tribe naming project was set to motion as Seo Whale wishes. The nauseating proposal to distribute the opposing minor demon races into elixirs or resources among the major races was also disgustingly realized by Seo Whale. I have a question, if I may. I ask Seo Whale as we return to the Sea Dragon Palace. In places unseen by Seo Whale, I had been meeting and forming agreements with demon races opposed to Seo Whale's words, so there should no longer be any risk of being silently eliminated by Seo Whale. May I boldly ask why you pushed so hard for the entire Earth Tribe naming project? I doubt he'll give a straight answer. Yet, I am curious. What exactly is Seo Whale aiming for with his obsession over uncovering names? Seo Whale speaks up. The bright cold realm is predominantly made up of nameless demon beasts. That's right, many among the demon tribes are not born as such from the start. Do you know about that? What are you referring to? Swoosh. Seo Whale arrives above the Sea Dragon Palace, at the sky over Cloudheart Lake, and points to the heavens. There's a legend in the bright cold realm. A legend? Do you know that the name of the bright cold realm wasn't originally bright cold but vast cold? Vast cold. I recall the vast cold jade polluting and eroding the devil realm with spiritual energy, and the vast cold formula at the basis of demon beast methods. Both contained the name vast cold. I didn't know the meaning of vast cold, but was it the old name of the bright cold realm? I apologize for my lack of knowledge. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. That's understandable. This is a legend known only to a few. Long ago, before the Blood Yin realm and the True Devil realm were separated. True Devil, Nether Ghost, Ancient Force, Purple Gold, and the Vast Cold Realm were all considered equal middle realms. However, after the ancestor of the dragon race ended the war with the True Devil realm, the Vast Cold Realm lost its ancestor and became a world coveted by the other middle realms. Seo Whale splits the space, stepping directly into his office within the Sea Dragon Palace, continuing his story. One day, the leaders of the Vast Cold Realm convened to discuss their dire situation. They realized that if things continue as they did, the Vast Cold Realm would be completely plundered by the other middle realms. So, they decided to rename the realm. Once inside the office of the Sea Dragon Palace, Seo Whale uses a communication artifact to call several sea dragons to his office. The summoned individuals are all nascent soul stage elders of the sea dragon race. I stand listening to Cool's story. They sought a divine mandate fate from the heavens to bestow the vast cold realm with the most auspicious name, and thus, the vast cold realm was given the name Bright Cold, symbolizing light. Light. Since the bright cold realm was bestowed with the name Light, it has always been followed by heavenly fortune. After renaming the realm, the bright cold realm became one of the strongest middle realms alongside the blood yin realm. This is an ancient tale explaining the importance of names passed down in the bright cold realm. Is this the history of the bright cold realm? Not history, just an ancient tale passed down. Whether it's true or not isn't important. What's important is that names can interfere with fate, and having many with auspicious names is a blessing for the Earth tribe. In short, giving good names to the countless nameless demon beasts is a duty we must fulfill as members of the Earth tribe. I see. Lately, it's been hard to tell whether Cool's words are true or false. After incorporating Baek Myung, his intent has become even more opaque. Nor is it easy to judge by looking directly at his heart essence. Doing so feels as if my eyes would rot from the exposure. How about it? Did that answer some of your curiosity? Yes, thank you. Haha, I'm glad to hear that. Do come in. Oh, and since you've refined the Black Dragon's true blood, you are rightfully a member of the dragon race, aren't you? Yes, that's right. Then as a rightful member of the dragon race, I'll ensure your name is added to the dragon register. Thank you. The dragon register. The thought of my name being engraved on the skull of the dragon race's ancestors feels strange. Especially after hearing about the importance of names, it leaves me feeling uneasy. Once your name is on the dragon register, you'll be able to officially hold office within the Sea Dragon Palace and live with dignity. I am deeply grateful. After exchanging pleasantries with Cool, I leave his office. Exiting, I glance at the nascent soul elders entering Cool's office. Cool rarely holds meetings like this. He always speaks to the elders or the council in public spaces. It's unusual for him to call the elders to his private office. Should I listen into what they're discussing? I return to my room and begin eavesdropping on Cool's conversation through a circuit. Soon, the words exchanged in Cool's office are transmitted to me via the circuit. Thus, the entire Earth Tribe naming project will now be undertaken across all Earth Tribe territories. Additionally, since administrative personnel will be needed for the Earth Tribe naming project, I will select a few administrators from the Sea Dragon race to recommend as key figures for the project. There must be a hidden agenda. Honestly, the fairy tale-like story Cool casually shared didn't seem very believable. It's unlikely that Cool would undertake such a public-spirited task as giving good names to the Earth Tribe to lead them to prosperity. Your tasks will be in places where you'll verify the names pouring in from across the Earth Tribe territories. There's only one thing you'll need to do. Now, Cool, what exactly are you scheming? Cool's words continue. Find those with the characters for cause in and connection Ian in their names. Cause and connection, what exactly does he want? Let me specify the conditions one by one. The names will contain both in cause and Ian connection, one character each. Those bearing these names will live close to each other, and if the races have genders, the owners of the names will be divided into male and female. Single quote. Why does this feel familiar? Hearing Cool's criteria somehow evokes a sense of déjà vu. These individuals are fated to be born near each other, fated to stay close to one another, fated to fall in love, and also fated to die on the same day. Wait, as I listen to Cool's explanation, a certain couple crosses my mind. These beings are uniquely fated individuals, highly likely to be couples or lovers. If you find such individuals, bring their records to me. Even records from thousands of years ago stating the existence of such individuals will suffice. They are fated to reincarnate continuously, repeating their fate eternally. If you find any records, make sure to bring them to me. Single quote. Why is it? Though it seems improbable, I can't help but think that the ones Cool is searching for are the ones I know. Everything is for the prosperity of our Sea Dragon race if you follow me this time, as you did in the Head Realm. Prosperity will follow us.